Thank you.
Sleepy.
So yeah. All right. So yes, you've been called off to go to bed by John. John is like, it's time for you to get out of here. I think something like that.
And Bishop is at the mountain, I think, after causing. No, they went on a pub. He went on a pub thing.
Oh, okay. So Bishop went on a pub crawl.
Those guys went. Were at the pubs and stuff, doing their own stuff.
Doing their own stuff.
Well, we were getting hurt and shit.
Just to line some time up, then let's see how that went. It was a pretty good night, Bishop. 9 out of 10 as far as nights go on the going out scene for Bishop in his list of times that he's been out. You know?
Good. Well, I'll get back to the. I won't make it to the mountain from here, will I?
All right.
I'll get back to the apartments.
Okay. No problem. So you're back at the apartments. Cool. Alexis, where are you? I don't think I've had a clear answer about that yet.
Last I was in the city, making my way back to where we were going to stay.
Right. Okay. So you're staying at the hotel to the apartments.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to say then that Luke, you probably are there too. That would make sense. That
yeah, I'll go there. Yep.
All right. Cool. And the following evening, Sage, you wake up, and Alan is standing across the room, changing his shirt, buttoning it up at the front in the mirror. He smells like a little bit too much cologne.
Oh, that's okay. You look wonderful.
Turns around,
but you smell atrocious. You should wash some of it off.
You don't like that?
It's too much.
Too much.
It's fine, just too much.
Yeah, I got a bit carried away.
Just imagine someone with heightened senses. You'd blow their nostrils away.
True. That could be quite useful.
That could be useful.
I'm going to keep a bottle of cologne on me at all times from now on, just in case.
Mm-hmm. It's a brilliant idea. Will you help me up, please?
Of course, here you go. There you go.
Thank you.
All right. Up you get.
Thank you. I don't like that.
What's on the agenda for this evening?
I guess go find Bishop and the others. I don't know where they are. They might be here, right? Are they here?
That Mr. Gold's character, the fucking Dr. Shipman. Dr. Shipman's here, and so is Alexis.
Okay, let's go find them.
Bishop, where did you go? Back to the mountain or to the?
I went to the apartments.
So you're there too. Okay, cool.
I wouldn't have made it to the mountain.
So Bishop's here as well. He tells you.
Okay, cool. Well, let's go find them. Do you want to give me a piggyback?
A piggyback. All right. Jump on.
Oh, okay. All right. Just be careful.
All right. So
warn me about, when I need to duck and stuff. All right.
Okay. I'm imagining then that Sage comes piggybacking into whatever meeting room everybody else is already in at some point. Whereupon perhaps Bishop, would that be accurate, Barry? Bishop has called a meeting with a bunch of people, or has it happened in some other way that you'd like to engineer?
No, okay. Yes, okay. He called a meeting.
All right. And what's this meeting about?
It's about when we get back to England.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And about the test.
About the test. Okay, cool. You've also had information that there has been a vehicle watching your complex in London for the last couple of weeks now, or in fact, since Philippe left London. Since everybody else left left London. In fact, it's your complex and also Philippe's apartment has been under surveillance for that period of time now. They've tried to trace the surveillance to see who's doing it, but nobody knows. It's been quite subtle.
Have they filmed any of them?
Yeah, there is in
Cameras?
fact there is tapes. You can get recordings, you can get images dragged off that. There's like black cars basically parked across the street. They seem to be somebody ran the number plates and somebody switched them. They're not even real number plates.
Okay, that means we're in for trouble, which means we should be heading home.
Right, so maybe that's the reason for your meeting. So
Yeah.
okay, so you're ready for this meeting, and everybody else has been called in. Dr. Shipman, you arrive and come in. Phoenix is there. Mr. Parker is there. Alexis comes in, and then finally Sage comes in, piggybacking on the back of Alan, who spins her around and deposits her in the center of the floor.
Oh, God.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Alan looks around at everybody. Hey there. Hey, hi, hello. Parker's. Yes.
What did you do to her?
Alan? You say that's Alan?
Yeah, yeah.
He looks around at you. I don't know. I just brought her downstairs. Is that all right?
Oh, she looks pretty bent up, you know.
Well,
Could do with a doctor. Not
there
that
you
you'd
go.
be able to
There's-
help me in
there's
any
a
way.
doctor
Yeah,
right
no.
there. There you go.
I can diagnose you.
So look, Parker,
With
where's the coffee?
pain.
Out here? Is there Parker, is there coffee in here? Yes, there is, Alan, over here. I'll show you. Take you over here. Have a look.
All right.
Milk and sugar.
The reason. Shut up, Parker. All right.
Don't tell him to shut up.
You shut
Yes,
up too.
don't tell me to shut up.
Okay, right. Here we go. There is some interest in our headquarters, and also some interest in Philippe's headquarters, where he hangs out in London.
Is that the airport?
No interest in the airport as far as my people have been able to tell me. Parker, any updates on that?
No, sir, we do not have any information on that, I'm afraid.
Okay, all right. So I think, this is what I think. We should all go home.
Aren't we supposed to test Sam?
Yes, we are. Damn.
Parker leans over to you, Bishop, and he says, well, Sam is on ice, isn't he, for a while?
We
Well-
can just leave him there.
Sam is kind of on ice, so we'll just leave him there, and you know, he'll be comfortable. This is his chance for a bit of rest and a couple of nights off. You know.
What's going on in your house, Philippe? I heard screaming. What's happening?
My how can I put it to you this way? But Rosa likes to watch horror movies, you see.
Cool.
Lots
All right.
of horror movies.
I see. All right. Anyway, yes, I'd love to go back home. So let's do this.
Okay.
All right,
Get the
so
fuck out of Milan.
cut to, unless anyone has any objections or wants to throw in a scene that they have planned. No? All right, cut to London, as they say, where it is foggy and rainy and wet and dark and dank and damp and cold, and
That's the way we love it.
yeah, and where the
Hmm.
vampires roam and all of that stuff.
Are we going to land in the airport?
You come through a smaller airport. Well, which airport actually is a good question. In fact, at this point, probably
The one we
your new
own.
airport is the new airstrip is operational, and thusly you're able to land a small plane or a helicopter there.
Okay.
So you're able to fly there from Europe by small plane over a period of hours, I suppose.
Yes.
And you'll be unloaded and find yourselves in your very own hangar the following night. It's a bit, it smells like damp wood, but you get that. So when you come out of your boxes, after Parker and the other retainers pop you open, just after dusk, the first thing that fills your nostrils is dank wood.
And Alan,
And Alan
probably.
and cologne. Yeah, probably a bit less cologne this time, in fact. In fact, he smells a bit more manly because he's been shifting boxes.
Okay.
So he's like, all right. So you all pop up out of your boxes, Mr. Shipman.
All right, let's head to the what do we call it?
Your complex or
My
Compass
complex.
war room.
the fortress, I think you called it last time.
No, that's it. That was for the other characters.
Oh, the other character. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Let's go to the compound.
The
That's what was it.
compound.
Compound. Yeah.
All right, so you're off to the
Right.
compound then.
Yeah.
All right, so the retainers shift you over to the compound, and that doesn't take too long. You go by in convoy in black vehicles from the airport, from the airstrip rather. All right, and you all arrive.
Excellent.
Excellent.
No explosions.
Nothing explodes.
Okay, good.
No. That makes me worried.
Does it?
Yeah. It's the quiet before the storm.
Right. Now, at this point, Garth, Alexis has got a team running below ground at the airstrip. A bunch of cold servers, and you've got a server farm, basically chugging away down there, breaking, I don't know, cryptocurrency. I don't know, what is it doing?
Yeah, just was research team. So with last time I
Research.
left them was just trying to find signs of Gehenna around the world to see if we can sort of pinpoint some sort of carry on going on.
I see. Okay. Would you like to make a intelligence and investigation check with an extra how many people on this team?
Had we ever mentioned like half dozen or something?
Half a dozen, so like 6 people on the team.
Yep.
All right, so why don't you add a dice for every person you add to that team?
All right. And difficulty?
Difficulty is 6. Actually, that's a bit easy. The difficulty should be
All right.
8. You got a lot of dice.
Redo that. Hang on.
Have you got any way of turning your volume up at your end, Garth?
How's that?
Oh, that's better. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a
sorry,
ridiculous amount of dice.
I keep moving it away to drink coffee and then forgetting to move it back.
Where's my game tab? It's frozen.
Were you supposed to put +6?
No, we're changing that.
Okay.
4 successes still though.
4
The fuck? That's
successes. Wow.
crazy.
Okay. And you're
We're
looking
gonna
for
find another
basically.
goat.
You're basically just looking for information regarding. Do you have any particular queries or search areas that you're?
Quite broad, just like each of the different signs. If there's been any mention on any internet forums or anything that we can look into.
So just very general then.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So there's the usual drug dealing, money laundering, this kind of stuff. You tap into some sources that you think might relate to the intelligence community in Europe, communicating with a network that you think might be related to the Ventru somehow.
Ooh.
Because some of their IP addresses happen to be in buildings that are owned by Ventru Resources.
I bring in that data.
Yeah, and the data itself that they're collecting is heavily centered on Eastern Europe right now. So yes, yeah, my fucking game tab crashed, so I have to open it again. Here we go.
Well, I guess I would get them to start looking into that then.
Okay.
If they have found something to look into.
There's a code word comes up. The code word is Baba Yaga.
Cool. Making notes.
Okay. Dun, dun, dun. So we're back in London now. I guess we'll move you over to London. Poof. Oh my god! What the fuck happened here? Oh my god, you've been writing on the map.
A long time ago. This is this is so weird. How has this come back up?
Wow, what the hell?
I
That is hilarious.
don't know. I came across the screenshot I took of that too the other day, cleaning up my desktop.
That's hilarious. How's it there?
We found out you let us write on it, so
This is so long
So-
ago.
we wrote on it. I don't know what
Okay,
it is.
Sage.
Yep.
No, you get a report. Alan hands you a report from who's your current security detail?
Bishop's dudes.
Bishop's dudes. Okay, well, Bishop, you've been given a report to give to Sage, and it basically entails the idea that somebody seems to be sending her mail via fan mail, basically making threats.
I hear you.
Go, Songbird,
Yes.
mail.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. All right. Let me read it. Right. What are these different saying? Oh, these threats saying?
What are they saying? They're just saying that you're going to die. That there's
Too late.
right. Exactly.
Someone got there before all of you.
Right. So it seems like whoever it is probably doesn't understand what you are or know what you are.
Right. Is this well, Alexa told me that that I should make do interviews and stuff so that I don't get people being unhappy with me, saying I'm selfish and greedy and all that. So is that, do I believe that that's a consequence of it?
It could be. I mean, you could make a what's an investigation check to see what you think.
All right. I don't know. It's not a very good roll for me. 2.
2 successes. Yeah, that scans.
Okay. All right. I'll just message Electra being like, oh, I'm getting death threats now. I should probably
Double
an
your
interview?
guard.
Oh, okay. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, do a interview. Just
Do an
one,
interview.
just one interview. Yeah.
All right. So that's your plan, is to do one interview. So you're going to send this information to Electra, or you're going to call her about it, or
No, I'll just send a message, and I'll let her know that I'm in London too.
okay, cool. You get a message back to say, why don't you meet me for coffee tonight? And she names this really pretentious bar somewhere near Piccadilly Circus.
All right, I'll see you there.
All
Send.
right, it's called the Cicada Rhythm.
Okay.
All right,
Nice.
very good.
Alan, we're going to go
what's
out.
up? Yeah.
We're going to go out tonight. We're going to a bar to meet up with Electra.
All right, yeah, Electra. Yeah, cool. Right, she might get us some more work. That'd be
Yeah.
right, wouldn't it? Yeah, she's always
That'd be
good to
lovely.
talk to. Always moves forward with your career every time you see Electra. I like that. Yeah.
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I'll fix up the car and get shit ready for that then. All right.
Thank you.
All right. He goes off to do that.
Russell,
Yes, sir.
I will go and talk to her. Who's on her? Oh, I had the right word. Who's on her security team?
Yeah.
And I will give him what I call personally a ghosting team, a team that follows his team but is unseen.
Okay. Yep. That's what you're doing with Philippe too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So there's a team following Sage now,
Yeah.
right? As
It's
well
a
as the
ghosting team.
with Sage. So you've got security with you and security following you, Sage, and you're aware of that.
Okay.
Okay.
It's crazy. A lot of people.
Well, it's
Yeah.
a lot of people. Yes. Alexis, you've got any plans this particular evening now that you're back in London and now that you're at the compound with everyone else?
Not particularly. I was just gonna see what was up, see what was around the city,
See what's going on. Okay,
Yep.
cool.
news and
Um,
current events.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a few mundane sorts of events going on. The prince is holding court this evening. You can always go along to Elysium anytime, but you're Nosferatu. Do you really want to do that? It's up to you.
Particularly.
Um, what other things are going on right now? Well, I am interested to know what Dr. Shipman's doing this evening, now that he's back in London and he's at the compound, I assume.
Yeah, I guess I would have either been helping with the medical setup, or I mean, if the prince is holding thing, I'd probably go to that, to be honest.
Right now, we were talking about, and I don't know whether you want to go into it particularly deeply right now, but talking about converting this to a V5 game at some point. And curiously, there are some very not strict rules, but there are rules for how dead blood works, and how blood bags work, and so forth. And of course, with things like thin blood alchemy and so on, they're still useful, but they're less useful for vampires. Vampires don't get very much out of blood bags unless it's very fresh.
Okay.
So there's that. Anyhow, that's something for V5, but we don't have to incorporate it right now. But the sooner we start to, these stories will
definitely
dovetail better, I think.
Not that blood bags are used often.
Yeah, Barry came up with a genius fucking plan in Chicago. I'm really proud of, and sadly you don't get to steal it because you came up with it first. And that was to get a ward of coma patients and an ambulance, right? So then he can deliver coma patients to any scene at any time, who are living blood bags, right?
Funny.
Don't know about the humanity of that, but
it's pretty rough.
It's a bit rough, isn't it? But hey. Anyway, okay, so you're hanging out. Did you say at the hospital?
Yeah, or I would go. Did you say the prince was holding court? Is that what he was doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably go to that.
Okay, all right. Very good then. Well, Angelus, comes out and talks to the Primogen Council and talks to the elders and what have you, and everyone has an opportunity to come and speak with him privately in his chamber. And so if you wish to, you can have a few minutes with the prince, if that's your desire.
Yeah, I'll have a think about that. I didn't expect that, but yeah, I'll have a think about it.
There are other members of the court, of course, there, including, in fact, your sire. See right there? Well, I'll put it this way, he's in town, and if you're around, he may find you. I don't know whether you want to have a scene with your sire. He wants to have a scene with you, but it's more up to timing.
I mean, I guess if that can happen where the prince is having court, then
All right.
yeah.
Okay. So what? Perhaps you're in a waiting room or something like that, or you're wandering around the looking at the art gallery.
Yeah, I think I would have been trying to not eavesdrop, but try and get sort of a general sort of understanding of how sort of vampires were feeling, like the general sort of mentality of vampires at the moment.
Would you like to make a perception alertness check, please?
Sure.
Zero successes. Okay.
Yes, I'm really intuitive.
Well, you're discovering that they're very good at hiding their conversations, and these elders are fucking sneaky. They go into rooms and close doors, and they have conversations, and a lot of it must be happening telepathically or something. You're not sure how it works, but they seem to have conversations very quietly with very few words exchanged, and then they're done and they move on. And you find yourself in a room in this museum, surrounded by magnificent art pieces, and there's a couple of other members of the harpies and the other vampires about, standing over the other side. You can see them through the glass, under the spotlights. Every step anybody takes has a kind of echo throughout this place at this quiet time of night. And then you find yourself standing next to your sire. He looks over at you. Well. Imagine finding you here.
Hello, how are you? It's been a while.
It has been a while. It has been a while. So, what have you been up to? Nice to see you here at the Elysium, paying your dues.
Yeah, you know, I thought I should probably embrace vampire society a bit more than I usually have been.
He slaps you on the shoulder. Nice to hear that. So good to hear that. Yeah, why don't you embrace it? Why
Yeah,
not?
well, I mean,
Nothing else to live
there's
for.
nothing else to do, exactly.
You've got very few choices about what sort of existence you want to have, so you may as well embrace it.
Yeah. Did you find any more of these trains?
Well, no, I haven't had any more information or contact from them, although I have actually been looking into it. What I have begun to wonder a bit more is about your friends, actually. You know, I've been looking into them, and quite a tight-knit bunch of friends you've got over there, isn't it? That compound's built like a fucking brick shithouse, isn't it? Like, you're not going to run that down with a bulldozer. You need a freaking missile or something to take that place out. The security,
Bishop's pretty extravagant with his toys.
isn't he? What?
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things where I don't really ask too many questions.
Don't ask, don't tell, right?
Yeah, I just get my head blown off, you know.
You could probably get away with a bit of snooping, though, couldn't you? You know, a bit of looking around and taking notes. Don't you think?
What would you like me to find out for you, sire?
Well, you see, I'm curious because that one Sage, right? The pop star, the recent pop idol, the one that Bishop likes to call Songbird.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, her sire is a gangrel thaumaturge. Now, have you ever heard of that before?
I think I think my character would probably know that, right?
He does.
Yeah. I think, yeah, I would say, yeah, I found that quite interesting myself.
Quite interesting, isn't it? Quite interesting. So, all right. Now, then you've got, what's his face? Who's this new one? That fucking fancy faggot from Milan. Excuse my out of game character. This is
Yes.
Ronnie.
Yep. Yep. It's yes, it's part of it. Yes. Philippe. Are we talking about Philippe?
Yeah.
I just start naming names.
Yeah, that's the one. Philippe. Yeah, the artist that caused all that ruckus a few weeks back with the whole painting gallery business, and everyone got very upset about that. I personally thought that was fucking hilarious. But, you know, not everyone has my sense of humor.
Well, not everyone likes seeing pictures of their futures or their pasts or whatever it was.
Well, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought perhaps you could dig up a bit more information about all of these and what ties them all together. Now, you've been away for a while, Childer. Whereabouts have you been?
Just in Milan.
Just in Milan.
Yeah.
Just in Milan for a few weeks.
Just in Milan,
just on
yes.
a holiday
Just
in Milan, yes.
Yes.
So how it is it? He snatches your hand suddenly and sinks his fangs into your wrist. You taste fucking funny. Good, but fucking funny.
I don't know what to tell you.
He licks his lips for a minute. Something's up. And he turns around and he walks off. Disappears around the corner.
Okay.
So, Sage.
Yes. I'm gonna go see Electra.
Electra? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Soon enough. It's still early. Bishop or Philippe plans?
Bishop's working at the compound and looking at everybody's plans for the testing of thingamajig and nodding his head and going, yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that's really good. Oh, okay.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right, so he's nodding and smiling and adjusting things, in particularly in relation to what right now?
Basically, he's working out the security on every place that they're gonna need to do this at.
Garth, can you make a perception and alertness check for Bishop, please, if that's
One
possible? Do you have that access?
I do.
Not changing their ideas as much as securing their
What was
ideas.
the roll, sorry?
Perception and security.
Thinking how it could be possible to do that without causing too much ruckus.
You got 0 successes.
0 successes. Okay, cool. No worries.
Having a good night tonight.
All right, so you're doing that. Alexis, where are you?
I'm going to be at the compound. I want to do a little bit of research on.
Can you mic up?
I'll be at the compound and I'll be doing a little bit of research on like what the implications of this whole diablerie and the having a Zamichi soul in me.
Right, about the implications of diablerie in particular, is that?
Well, no, just like if anything's going to bite me in the ass, you know, with having done it with like the Zamichi soul, because you said that there was a random soul.
Right.
It's been 6 months.
Yeah, it's been 6 months since since you went through that. So, and interestingly enough, in V5 it's a year, I think. So think yourself lucky. Wow.
Just time.
So yeah, okay. So
then I'll just be hanging out with Bishop.
All right, you're just hanging out with Bishop then. That's cool. All right, and Bishop, you're setting up all these new security details and so forth.
At the moment, getting nowhere because one, I've just got back and I shouldn't be doing this because, you know, but I am.
Right.
And
At the moment, Parker is organizing a the security detail for Sage, and her ghost team are getting ready to follow her to see Electra. Apparently, this information has all been passed on by Alan through to Parker, through to the security team via your office.
Bishop's going to put himself on the team. Maybe he needs to walk around a bit.
Okay, Bishop's going to go on the ghost team to follow. Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right, fair enough. Very good then. Okay, well, the time comes, and Sage, you're heading in to see Electra at the Cicada Rhythm Cafe, which is a jazz bar. And it's very nice and upmarket, in a very pretentious part of town. It sits on a corner of a block, and you have to approach it by stairs that go up onto the cafe floor. And when you go up inside, you find Electra and a number of sycophants. She's sitting outside on a table smoking cigarettes. She has an old 1920s cigarette holder and a wide-brimmed hat presently. She takes off the hat when she sees you approaching and stands up, and she blows smoke everywhere. She says, "That's enough, boys," and off you go. And they head off inside. And Alan nods to her, and she barely acknowledges him.
Hello, Electra. You look beautiful, as always.
Why,
I love the hat.
Thank you very much. And she tells you about where she got it and who designed it. And it was probably a Toreador.
Probably.
Yes. Okay. Well, it's so good to see you too, Sage. Please come and sit down.
I will. Thank you.
So we want to organize some interviews with you. Is that right?
I would prefer just one.
Well, you sure just one?
I like the air of mystery around just having one.
I see. Well, we'll see if we can make that. See if we can make that work.
Sounds good.
All right. So what sort of, do you have any ideas for who you'd like to do the interview? Do you have any particular shows that you'd like to go on?
Okay, well, I don't want anything too camp. No, thank you.
Right.
I want it to be I want it to be in a location that no one's ever done an interview before.
Oh, really?
And also no.
Do you have an idea about what sort of thing?
I don't know.
You mean like a mountaintop or a ship or something, or on the edge of a cliff?
Edge of a cliff could be interesting.
Somewhere dangerous.
Could be dangerous.
In the
could be
air.
On a volcano.
On a volcano.
Okay, no, that's ridiculous. It's far too close to fire, and that would be bad.
I was thinking along those lines.
Somewhere under the night sky could be quite lovely if it's able to be, shot by a television camera.
Yes, I imagine it can be. Alternatively, something like the subway.
The subway?
Just a thought.
That's actually really cool. I like that.
It's very down to earth and real, and people like that sort of thing.
I like that too.
So perhaps you do like that?
Yeah, it's good.
Shall we go with that then? All right then.
What an idea. It's wonderful.
All right, well, we'll see what we can do to arrange that. I'll line up some interviewers and some channels and see who's prepared to pay. Right.
In my opinion, we won't go with the person who has the highest.
No, of course. The classiest and most useful, ultimately, advertising, marketing for us is our objective.
Yes.
And good PR.
Good PR. Let's just hope that we don't get attacked by anything.
Yes, good idea. We'll try not to.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of death threats, and
You're getting death threats?
Yes, I'll take it as a compliment.
Darling, we all get death threats at one time or another. It means that you're doing the work. Very well.
Very well.
Is there anything else that you would be interested in doing? Any other projects or?
What about you, Ellen?
She looks at Alan and she's like,
okay. Come on, he's doing amazingly well with his acting.
Yeah, well, sure. I mean, if you've got any advice or anything, I'd like that, because I did a couple of ads. I did that whole thing for Buzz Bars a few weeks ago. That was a few grand, and but I didn't have to do very much. I want to do some roles that have some talking in them, a bit more action, talking. I want to be like, I like to be a movie star, action sort of thing, that sort of stuff. And she sits there and, can you make a perception and empathy check, please?
Oh dear. Nope. No. My instant thought is she's a little bit disappointed in him, and he's not doing a very good job. He's not a good actor. That's my first thought.
It's your first thought. Well, 0 successes. I really can't tell you anymore.
Yeah.
So sadly, she's like, well, I do have a few more classes I think you should attend before you do continue getting into it. You do understand there's a lot of work being an actor, and people go to school for it. And she gives him another business card. Now, this fellow here, he should be able to assist you with some new training. This is the Meisner technique that he teaches, and it's a type of method acting. Oh, really? Method acting? That's like when you get really into character, and then you're so far into character that you forget who you are, shit like that. Like that fucking guy, what's his name? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yes, just like that, says Electra. Exactly. Good luck with that. He's a friend of mine. Be nice to him. Of course, I wouldn't say anything nice. So anyway, waiter comes. Can I get you anything, madam?
I look at Electra.
She says, "We're fine, thank you." And walks away. She looks at you, back at you, and she says, "Would you like something to drink?" I mean, someone to drink. What did you think of the waiter?
He was quite charming. Maybe. I mean, I'm not picky. I'm not a Ventru. So
Of course. Well,
is that okay, Alan?
Oh yeah, of course. Better him than me, eh? Right?
I mean, you love it though.
You do have
Right?
some certain charm, don't you, Alan? Says Electra. Yeah, I've been told that. Charm. Could be called charm. So we'll stay here, me and Electra will stay here, and you can go and, yes, I'll look after Alan for you whilst you ask that waiter if you can have the red special in the back room.
All right. I'll do that. I stand up and go and ask for the red special.
And he takes you to the back room, and then he pulls up his sleeve.
Okay. I will help myself.
Very good. Just like Barry's doing right now.
Yeah.
No. All right, Alexis.
True.
Hello.
Alexis. So you're sitting at the compound doing research on computers.
Yep.
All right. You get a phone call.
Hello.
Alexis. Winston here.
How's it going?
Well, it's been time. We've not met in person for a while. You and I.
Shall we then?
I feel that the time has come. We should drink brandy to our sires. Perhaps not. We should drink someone's brandy to our sires.
Sounds good.
Bring something along for us to feast on, Alexis. Somebody.
I'll find something along the way.
Keep them warm. The usual place at the waterworks.
See you there soon.
You can't use the west entrance anymore. It's been flooded. Take the northern one.
Thank you.
All right. So you head off there, I assume.
Yes.
Dun dun dun. All right. How do you travel?
I just take my car.
You take your car. All right. So you park your car up at the
I
waterworks.
also pick up a prostitute along the way and just take her out to the waterworks with me in Winston.
Okay. Can you make a wits and investigation? No, persuasion.
There's no persuasion.
No persuasion. What the fuck? What the hell?
This is not B5.
Damn Vampire the Masquerade. What do we got instead of persuasion, Alexis? Give me a suggestion.
Streetwise?
Streetwise. Actually, that's perfect. Investigation instead of investigation. Yeah, wits and streetwise. Thank you. I see no rolls. Oh, here we go. Green dice. 0 successes. Okay, so after an hour.
Wow.
After
all
an
zeros.
hour, yeah, all the places that you used to know in London before you went away before you came back again, that whole scene has been shut down. Apparently, those clubs have all been closed. So you're a little bit sort of fuck. What am I going to do? I've got like 10 minutes to get to Winston.
I'm just looking for someone that's real drunk now.
Someone that's really drunk. Okay.
Yeah, just pick up and just carry on.
Let's have another roll. Yeah. Difficulty's 7. Three successes. Perfect. Okay. You find a bunch of drunk people.
Nice.
All right. So you pull a drunk along. Male, female, street drunk, club
Doesn't
drunk.
matter. Just one on their own.
One on their own. Okay.
Offer him a lift or her a lift.
All right. So you find someone sleeping under a
Equal
bridge.
opportunity.
You find an old drunk sleeping under a bridge on the way down to the entrance to the sewer over by the waterworks, and you drag him in. He doesn't well. How do you keep him under control?
My strength potions.
Just force him.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you knock him out or what?
Well, if he starts putting up a fight, then I'll just knock him out.
Or are you going to intimidate him?
Yeah, just intimidate him. Just like I don't want to kill him or anything yet.
Okay.
So
All right.
intimidate
Intimidation. Alexis, what's your intimidation? Do you have intimidation?
I've got 0 dice in intimidation.
You do. So
I'm pretty ugly. So
you're pretty ugly. That's got to give you some
I'll
advantage.
flash some of that at him.
Okay, so you're going to bare your fangs and be mean. So you can make a manipulation roll.
Manipulation and
I'm going to give you an automatic success because of your fangs and your pure ugliness.
intimidation. There we go.
-2 successes.
Oh.
No, I get 1 success.
Fuck, you get 1 success. You do after the -2?
Well, you said I get an automatic success.
You
so
get 1 automatic
brings it-
success.
that brings it to -1. Not that it
Brings
makes
it
a difference.
to -1. The guy tries to run away instead of following your instructions.
Potence and just knock him out.
Okay.
Hurry up.
All right, so you grab him, you knock him out, and you end up carrying him on your shoulder down into the sewer. When you find Winston, Winston has a similar situation there, where there's an old woman laying on an old dirty mattress in the back corner of this rancid-looking room that smells like urine and very high paint, spirity type smells. It's very rank. So good to see you again.
Good evening, Winston.
I see you.
Wasn't your prostitute over there?
Abiding by our deal. Good of you. Well, you can have mine and I'll have yours. Unless you wish to have your own, of course.
No, that is fine.
Anyone else and I'd be paranoid, but I would drink whatever you gave me. Well, not everything.
Probably quite drunk, just as a heads up.
I see. And Winston starts sloping on this individual, hunched over him. So have you learned anything new?
Not really. I've just flown back in.
Where have you been? Milan.
Yes, been staying over at Philippe's place.
Philippe's place. How bizarre. Nosferatu among the pigeons in Milan. Have you met with the Bocco?
No.
Bocco. He's the leader, the primogen in Milan.
Yes, I have his name, and I mean to go catch up with him, but one thing led to another, and I'm back here again.
I see. And who are you working for now?
Still just myself, researching into the end of the world.
Is that why you were in Milan then?
Yes.
Occult research. Gehenna. I see.
That word's frowned upon. It's just the end of the world.
My idea of that is perhaps different to those of others. Some people expect it all to come at once. I think it will take a century or two to unfold.
It is interesting, though.
Well, do you have any other news?
No.
Have you heard of the Ministry of Set?
Yes. Philippe recently had some trouble with one.
Ah. Be careful. They're following your friends.
Are they here?
In London?
Yes.
Yes, their leader is one named Lady Amisa. She can be found at a massage parlor called the Egyptian Temple.
Thank you.
Be careful there. They have quite a lot of security. I did not make it inside.
I will let our guys know, and me and Bishop will have a look into it.
Very good. Well then, I think that's everything that pertains to you. Feast up before we go. Much to
Thank
do.
you. Drink.
All right, very good.
Cheers. Ching.
You make a conscience check, Alexis, please.
Suspense.
Two
Oh.
successes.
2 successes. Okay, yeah, I mean, you knocked
Bad
that
headache.
guy out. You dragged him here. He tasted pretty good, but, you know, how do you justify that against your humanity, which is now changing to the path of Mars?
Yes.
So, how do you justify it along the path of Mars? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, killing him doesn't really make me stronger, so I wouldn't take it that far.
Right. So you don't kill him. You just drink.
Drink enough to.
All right. Let's make a self-control check.
Should have made the conscience after.
Should have.
It's good though.
It's a retrospective self-control check.
Yep.
2 successes.
2 successes. No, that's fine. Okay, cool. Very good. All right. Who's next? Bishop. Philippe.
Bishop is still on the detail and kind of enjoying it.
Okay.
Being
Right.
amongst the action and looking out for if she's got any.
Right. Well, you're currently parked in a car across the road from a cafe called what did I say? It was called the Cicadas Rhythm, which is a jazz club, as I said. And you can see Sage and Electra sitting on the balcony outside in the, black steel furniture. Yeah, and the floor itself that they're sitting on is black and white checkered floor. There's this massive chess set just across from them, black and white on a checkered floor, marked off around with like velvet rope between those stands so people can't use it. So that's what you're watching right now, Bishop.
Okay. Philippe, however,
Yep.
is at Elysium looking at art and
Okay.
stuff like that, and getting to talk to some of the people in London, see what's going on in London.
Right.
For the Toreadors.
On the Toreadors, fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
1 moment, please, while I dredge up some notes about that.
He's got his team with him.
Every elevator. Every elevator in the world has the same
Yep.
music. Okay, so you run into a lady named Jade Derringer, who you've met before, Philippe, and she comes over to you. Greetings, Mr. Gratiano. How are you this evening?
I am good. And yourself?
But so nice to see you here again. Now, out of game, you happen to know that Jade is the keeper of Elysium.
I actually wondered if I'd be let into Elysium.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Why's that?
Well, my last visit to London was, how can we say, not phenomenally successful. Yes.
I did hear that, so I'm glad you're back and with gusto this time. I hope you've got something else coming.
Oh, yes, I have.
Something in the works, then?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, that's good to hear. That's very good to hear. Yes, we've had some restoration done around here. I don't know if you've noticed, but we had some large donations from Claude de Fontaine de Blanc. Of course, you know Claude.
Do I?
Do you know Claude? Let's find out. Yeah, critical fail. You think you know Claude?
I know so many people, through my memory.
Well, that's all right. Claude's among the ancillary of the city here.
Oh, really?
Yes. You don't know him. That's interesting. I'll have to introduce you to him when I
Oh,
get a chance.
that would be wonderful.
No
That
problem
would be-
at all. Well,
Obviously, if he is associated with you, he must have some kind of talent.
well, you might say so. He is my sire's sire.
I see. Well, that would be a pleasure. How have things been in London while I have been away?
Well, how long have you been away for exactly?
How long, Russell?
Oh, a few months.
A few months.
Well, we did have a lot of trouble a few months back where there was a number of incursions from the Sabbat. They never made it as far as Elysium, though. We kept them at bay.
Oh, that is good. Did you find out anything about who was leading the incursions?
Well, it's not really of much interest to me personally at this point, but if it becomes pertinent, I'm sure someone will tell me. My job here is to keep Elysium safe and to be honest with you, Philippe, mostly tidy.
I see. So you run security for Elysium as well?
Well, yes, technically, yes.
Well, if you needed any help with that, I have a friend that might be able to help you with it.
Really?
Yes.
Who might that be?
His name is Bishop. He runs a security company.
He's my other character. You can pay him money and I can benefit by his association. I'm kidding.
Yeah, make myself happy.
Fair enough. Well, if you happen to have a card or a number or anything, I'm sure we can look into that.
Oh, Philippe will have a card.
All right. Hands it over. Very good. Thank you. I'll look into that then. And you head off around, or she heads off around Elysium to go and visit some other people. Alexis, you finish your meeting and you're heading back to the compound?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd
Sage.
give Bishop a call and let him know that.
Give Bishop a call.
Us.
Give Bishop a call.
Ring.
Hello.
Hey man, sounds like our trouble with Lady Amis has followed us here.
I see. So playing around with Philippe wasn't enough. Now she's playing around with us. You think?
And other people too. Yeah, she's at a massage parlor.
Oh. Maybe one day we should go and have a massage. What?
Perhaps.
I don't
I
suppose
don't know if I want that though. Like,
I don't suppose your people found out. Well, she goes around saying she's a toreador, is she?
no. She's
No.
she's a follower of Set.
Ah.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Henceforth, I don't want to be hanging around naked in one of their houses.
Yep. I can feel you on that one, bro.
We should check them out though.
Yeah, we should. They're checking us out. We should check them out. All right. Let me think on it for a bit.
All right, get back to me.
All right. So you hang up. Very good. Sage?
Well, this has been lovely, Electra.
Yes, very good.
I have to go home to see if my cat is still alive.
Oh dear. Well, good luck with that. I
We will
hope.
see. I asked Lionel to do it, but well, I don't know if he actually did. I'm hoping he did because
Well, I'm hoping you'll have another album ready by next month.
Yes.
At least the lyrics and the music set. Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
And did you have any particularly favorite people that you worked with on the last album?
I kind of like the idea of bringing in new people. I mean, we can use like the same band, of course, but when I want to do like a celebrity work with a celebrity, then I want it to be someone new.
Have you considered a sort of collaboration with those whose resonance you enjoy the most? And using
Sounds good.
their resonant talent to paint your music.
I like that.
Perhaps you need to develop a palette of flavors that you enjoy. Then you can bring them to the studio to inspire you. And out of game, perhaps get extra dice on your rolls.
Right. Okay. So like people to drink from while I'm creating. Okay. Right. I will work on that. Do you like melancholic people? Sanguine. Mix those two together.
Yeah.
And phlegmatic.
And phlegmatic. You just looked that up.
No, I didn't.
You didn't. You know.
Again, I've been playing Swan Song.
Ah, okay, cool. Is it good?
So good. I learned so much.
Awesome. All right.
Anyway.
I should.
Anyway, yep, I will do that. I'll have, don't know how to, but we'll give it a shot.
Give it a shot, as they say. All right. Well, good night then.
Good night. Just do the whole European kiss.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do, darling.
Well, that's a very short list of things I should
list.
do.
Quite a short list, but it depends where it is. I mean, if you were in Paddington, the list might be quite a lot longer.
Okay, fair enough. Well, good night.
Good night. What? All right. So you guys split up and head off.
Yep. I walk alongside Alan because I'm still in pain.
All right. Very good. Very good. You're walking along beside Alan. Can you make a perception alertness check, please?
One sick. Well, I just minus the dice. Did that work? Plus minus one? Did that? Yeah. Okay. Sweet. So 2 successes.
2 successes. You know, there's a number of people walking back and forth on the street as you come out of the club, and you see this guy standing up about across the road next to a lamppost, and he's hiding behind the lamppost, muttering to himself. He's wearing a green jacket with a hoodie, like a puffer jacket with a hoodie, and he's got his head down, sort of sideways to you.
Hey, Alan, there's a guy over there who's being shifty. Maybe we should go back in.
Well, you want me to go back inside? What?
Let's go back in, and we'll make sure that Bishop knows.
All right.
I push him back in. Make a text to Bishop saying there's a guy across the road in a green hoodie that's muttering to himself. Suspicious?
Okay. Can I see the guy she's talking about from where I am?
After a moment, you look around and you spot him.
Okay. Can I see yours? I can't remember.
Crackhead.
I don't know if you can see auras, Bishop. Let's have a look to see if Bishop.
I can't remember. I don't think it's me.
Philippe can. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Bishop can't.
Bishop can't.
He can punch auras.
He can punch auras.
Just punch him.
Quite well.
He's got level 1 presence too. Don't forget that.
He can
or
make people think he's awesome whilst punching them in the face.
But he does have celerity 3. So
okay.
All right.
Let's see what he does.
All right. So what do you do?
Well, I sent a text back to Songbird saying, just go about your business. Got him in sight.
Okay. Thank you, Bishop. And we'll just walk down the street.
Okay, you come out and you walk down the street.
I'm on the
Bishop-
roadside so that if we get fired at, then I'll get hit instead of Alan.
Okay, are you walking towards Green Jacket Dude or away from him?
Wherever we park the car, really.
Okay, you have to walk towards him.
Then towards him.
So you walk towards him, Bishop, you're watching him. How are you watching him, Bishop?
I'm actually gonna stealthily move up on him.
Stealthily, you move up on him from the car. So you get out of the car and you start sneaking along towards him.
Yep.
Moving from car to car and so
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Okay.
very carefully.
Can we get a stealth check, please? Dexterity against stealth from Bishop.
One success.
Okay. Bishop, as you get up closer to this guy, he's standing there. Where are you at this point in relation to him? Are you behind a car? And are you
definitely behind a car?
And are you on the opposite side of the road as him? Or are you
opposite? I'm on the opposite side.
Okay, so there's like 4 lanes of traffic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unless you want to move to his side and be up a little bit from there.
I'll move to his side.
Okay. All right, so you're moving down the cars from where he is. He's got his back to this lamppost and he's standing there muttering.
And I'll do it like I'm going to my car if he sees me.
Okay. All right. Very good. You hear him say something about, he's like, and he looks up at you for a moment and he just says, I see you. And he stops. At that point, Sage, you're walking behind him, coming this direction to go past him, right? And as you come out, he looks around and he sees you, and he spins out in front of you, and he opens his jacket and pulls out the CD and thrusts it into your hands. And he goes down on his knees in front of you, and he just goes, Sage, Sage, sign my CD, Sage.
Of course. Do you have a pen?
And he pulls out a pen, and he gives it to you.
Thank you. And I'll say, what is your name?
He goes, Rick.
Rick?
Yeah.
All right.
Shepherd.
Rick Shepherd.
Yeah.
I'll sign it as to my #1 fan, Rick Shepherd.
Thank you.
Sage.
Thank you.
With like a
He takes the CD and
nice flourish. There you go.
He
there you go.
Takes your hand and kisses your hand, and then he looks really shy and blushes, and he runs away.
I'm glad you wasn't going to shoot us.
Alan's like, well, I guess I'll take my hand off my gun now.
Thank you.
And half a dozen men do the same thing.
Right.
Oh.
Okay. So where do you go next? What do you guys do?
I tell off her guards, actually.
Okay.
Next time, if he gets that close, I'll shoot you myself.
They look chastised. They appear chastised. All right, Luke, where are you? Where's Shipman at this point?
I guess I would have been going back to the compound after the interaction with my sire.
All right, so you head back to the compound. At the compound, you find that everyone has been out for a while. There's been some activity surrounding a place called the Cicada Rhythm Cafe, but that's apparently just ending. In fact, at the compound, you can watch the video feed from the truck that Bishop is in.
Okay.
And see what's going on. So yeah, At that point, Bishop, you're getting back in the truck, much like Gareth just sat down like that. Then,
Oh, what a night.
so Bishop, what next?
What next?
Yes.
How is Philippe's team doing?
Well, let's check in with them, shall we?
Yeah.
Bishop calls them up. Not Bishop, you're Bishop. Parker calls up the other team. John responds. John says, well, we've got some jokers probably following us, I think. Also, we have someone on our tail. Do we want to move them or leave them there?
No, keep them on your tail, and if they get careless enough, get Philippe to look at their auras.
Right. Okay. So, Philippe, you need to look at the aura when you get a chance, all right? That's what they told me.
What? I got... okay. I do it. Tell him I'll do it.
So, how do we get them that close to do that?
Well, we'll just keep letting them follow us.
We just
I'm a toreador. I'll go to all the pompous places that toreadors go to, and they will follow me to the pompous places.
And, all right. Okay.
You said you've got some of our people hidden, John, that I don't even know about?
That's right, yes. We've got some, they call it a ghost team, according to your friend,
Bishop, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. That sounds very unoriginal, but okay. Don't tell him I said that. All right. Now, okay, we'll do that.
All right.
All
So,
right.
well, you want us to take you somewhere through all of
Yes.
fancy places, you said.
Oh, yes. And here's a list. We'll do these tonight.
All right. And what's on the list?
Toreador meeting places, like dining places, stupid little coffee bars that they still attend even though they can't have coffee, and all this sort of thing.
Okay.
Artistic galleries in different places.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to roll some dice for your people to see how they do at surveillance and reverse surveillance. Giving you quite a lot of dice because you've got a pretty good team. And unsurprisingly, you rolled very high numbers: 9, 9, 8, 6, 7. There is definitely a surveillance team following Philippe. It's not really so much of a team as two people and a motorcycle who operate independently of a vehicle that has been surveying on your compound. But the two that are looking at Philippe particularly are running on using a single motorcycle as their transport at this point. That seems to be what they've discovered from you parading your way around the city all night.
And they are people, not vampires?
Oh, so your aura check.
Yeah.
Can you make an aura perception check for Philippe Gratiano, please? That is perception and empathy. Difficulty is it 8?
What? Oh.
Aura perception?
0.
0.
Wow, that's pretty
Zero
bad anyway.
Okay. That was okay. Well, that was Philippe's roll because he's got a lot more dice than that for aura perception, I suspect.
Sorry, my bad. Whoa.
Yeah, 8.
So yeah, the difficulty is 8. But he has a lot of dice. Took me forever to work out how the hunger dice work in V5. I finally figured it out. It's quite cool. I like it.
Me too.
You getting anywhere with that dice check? Oh, there it goes. 2 successes.
You're muted.
You're
Oh,
muted.
sorry. Yep, there we go. 2 successes. Sorry.
Cool bananas. Okay, so 2 successes. 2 successes. Philippe, you have a vampire and a ghoul following you.
Text to Bishop,
All right.
vampire and a ghoul at the moment.
Okay. So Bishop obviously receives that message, and you know that because you played both characters.
Bishop texting back, where are you? What streets?
All right. So they respond with all that information. The streets that you are on presently. Jackson and Parkview.
How far is that from where Bishop's people are now?
10 minutes.
Text to Philippe, keep them with you. We will meet you at another
Jackson
street.
and Parkview. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. What are the rest of you guys doing at the moment?
I'm gonna go back.
Loitering around London.
I'm
Right.
going back to the warehouse or our house.
Alexis, I suspect you get copied in on most communications that go through most people's phones and things at this point, especially text messages. By
Right.
now, you might have had a chance to install a little bit of spyware around the place.
All right.
If that meets your interest. But they are
Yeah.
members of the Order of Mars. I mean, you may or may not have chosen to tell them about it even. It's up to you and them.
I probably would have told people.
Okay. All right. So you know what's going on according to the text messages that have been flying around. Maybe not the phone calls, but
Yep.
yeah. All right. So you send them a text message.
Yeah. Sounds like I need to. Well, is Philippe in Milan at the moment, or is he in London?
Philippe is in London. He's being followed in London right now according to the text messages, by a ghoul and a vampire, who may or may not be connected to the Ministry of Set.
Right. Can I run counter ops on them?
You want to run counter ops on them?
Yeah. Just follow those. Go see if I can find them and follow them.
All right. So how do you run these counter ops? Who do you send?
No, me myself.
Oh, yourself. You're going to
Yeah,
personally go out and run counter ops on them.
Ah,
Okay, cool.
Philippe's so good. I like him.
All right. Okay, so you know where they are. Do you tell Philippe you're doing this, or do you just go?
Yeah, I tell Philippe.
Okay. So Philippe, you give a message from Alexis telling you that he's going to run counter ops on this crew that are following you.
He goes, cool.
All right. Dr. Shipman.
He lets John know.
All right. Good news. What's Dr. Shipman up to at the moment?
I think I was watching on the thing at the compound.
Right.
Would I sense some sort of urgency that I needed to do something from this, or
You're
not really?
At this point, you're also beginning to you're hearing that unfold that Philippe is being tailed by a vampire and a ghoul. So that's currently the new situation that's unfolding, and so the interest in Green Jacket from Sage's little encounter has shifted from there to this new point of interest, and so now there's Alexis apparently is moving over there to do counterintelligence. So you know where everyone's going, and you can see their addresses and all of that stuff. You guys have got the latest GPS in 2000. It's the bomb, never crashes.
Philippe definitely had it.
Can I try phone in like an emergency to the hospital to like try and make traffic, like ambulance traffic?
Right. Yeah, sure. You can do that. Are you going to make a like an anonymous call from somewhere?
Yeah, it'll be anonymous.
Where would you make that call from?
I think I'd probably have the burner phone that we've all been given that I'd probably never use because I always use my pager.
Right.
So I'd probably use it for the first time.
Okay, so
to
you
do
start with
this.
the burner phone. All right. And you're going to call 111 and tell them that there is what?
I think
Isn't it like 999 or something?
yeah, it's 99.
I think it's 911 in England, isn't it?
That's America. For sure, it's America.
I think it might be
Oh, it's
999. Yeah.
You're right, because I live in America.
I think if I was able to determine where they're going, I'd probably try and make a call for like a crash or something. Actually, no, not police. Yeah, I'd probably say there's like a crash on like one of the streets that's going in that general direction. I mean, it probably won't work, but
Can you make a
cause a bit of
wits
ruckus.
and manipulation would be what this would be. Dr. Shipman, let's have a look at your stats here. Manipulation and subterfuge.
Okay. Fail. Where is it?
One success. Okay. Well, that's going to result in slightly heavier traffic in that area. Okay. So that's going to slow down any car chases if there is one in that area.
And then I'll probably alert them that there'll be traffic and just use it to the advantage.
Okay. Cool.
So they don't get stuck in traffic as well.
All right. Everyone gets this update. Sage, your cell phone is buzzing with all of these text messages now from the group chat, right?
Mm-hmm.
You paying any attention to it or no?
What is happening, Alan? Should we go to this?
Oh, what's happening? Well, apparently, I wasn't going to bug you about it, but Philippe is apparently being tailed by some couple of. There's a lick. I learned that term yesterday from Benjamin.
I see.
And one like me, a retainer.
Retainer.
And apparently they've got a motorbike apparently, and they're tailing Philippe around the place.
Well, why don't we go back to the compound? We'll pick up a bike, and then we can tail them.
All right, sounds like a plan.
That'd be fun.
All right, so you head back to the compound.
Yes.
When you get to the compound, you find Dr. Shipman. Are you still there, eh?
Yeah, I think I'd be doing some paranoid breaking of the burner phone as well.
Okay, so Sage, when you come into the compound, you find Dr. Shipman smashing the cell phone on the concrete floor in the one of the offices, I suppose.
I made a fake emergency call.
Naughty doctor. Is Parker around here?
Parker can be found.
Okay, I go looking for Parker. Parker!
Sage!
Hello.
Oh,
do you have a sexy cat suit and a motorcycle for me?
A cat suit and a motorcycle. I can
Yes,
arrange the motorcycle.
No.
Cat suit might be a little bit more trouble. Not
One
sure
day.
it's gonna fit you.
What do you mean?
Be too big.
Too tight in all the wrong places.
Oh. What? Oh, like, okay, now I get it. It's fine.
Right. So, is there anything you actually need?
The motorcycle.
Oh, motorcycle. Right. Yes. Here you go. Throws you the
Also,
keys.
if you can give me, thank you. If you can give me a sniper rifle.
Are you on this
do you
op
think?
right now with Philippe? Is that what's going on?
We're going to be.
I see. Well, it looks like everybody's on that op now. Excellent.
Alan, do you want anything?
Yeah, I have some body armor, a Glock, two of those magazines over there. I want a flash grenade, 2 fragmentation grenades. I really like the look of that Uzi, but I understand it doesn't fire a lot of incendiary rounds because it melts the fucking nozzle. So what do you reckon's better than that, Mr. Parker? Well, as you happen to ask on the subject, Mr. Parker starts going on about guns and
Parker, we're going to have to speed this up.
right,
I'm
right, of
sorry.
course. How about one of these? This is a UMP. This is gonna have, out of 24 rounds, 7 of them will be incendiaries. There you go.
Perfect. You can have that, Alan.
Can you put a sidecar on the bike like Wallace and Gromit when they're washing the windows so I can come with them instead
Why
of
don't-
sitting here?
Why don't we take 2 bikes and you can hop on the back of mine?
Okay. Yeah, I can't drive.
Oh, well, you'll enjoy this then. It says Alan throwing you a helmet. And you should wear that fucking helmet, by the way. Motorcycles, me and Sage, bad history.
Well, I think it was wonderful history. It's how I met you.
Yeah, well, you weren't on the receiving end of a lamppost.
Hey, I technically introduced you at the hospital.
That's true.
I mean, we
and
had
I
met
put my
before
helmet
that,
on.
but-
All right.
All right, let's go.
You
Are
pop
you
on the
ready?
hats and zoom off. And Alexi, whereabouts are you now? You get to the region where they are. Can you make a wits and investigation check, please?
I look like someone mundane as well.
All right, mundane. You are Mask of 1,000 Faces-ing.
Yep.
Very good.
Indeed. One success.
One success. Okay, so with the assistance of the other team over comms, you could pinpoint them. You'd find out, you figure out where they are, and being obfuscated, you now have found them hanging out under an eave around the edge of an alleyway, half a block up from Philippe's apartment. The bike is parked in the alleyway. And one of them is smoking a cigarette, and the other one is standing, and the one that's smoking is crouched down on the set of stairs, where it's raining around them, and there's a light at the other end of the alley that's kind of. Bzz, 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 bzz.
Is there any like staircases, like fire escapes that I can just sort of get a bit of Overwatch on them and just chill and obfuscate?
Right over the top of them, in fact, it happens to be a fire escape ladder thing.
I sit there and chill, wait for them to do
Make
something.
an athletics check to get up there, please.
Yep. 5 successes.
Fuck, okay. I mean, you could basically be hanging upside down by your ankles listening to them from like a foot away if you wanted to at this point, Alexi, with that sort of athletics check. Very nice. Okay, so they sit there for a while, and the one of them with the cigarette puts the cigarette out, and he takes out a pair of binoculars and steps out from the alleyway, looks down there, and he goes, turns back to the other one. He says, "Nothing yet, sir." Looks the same. Think he's still there.
Okay.
The other one just nods. Alexi, also, you notice that they both appear to be of possibly foreign descent.
That narrows it down.
All right.
Can I roll an intelligence check to guess what sort of?
To guess, you can make
foreignality?
an intelligence and investigation check.
Four successes.
Okay, as they continue talking and you continue listening, they begin to betray that they have British accents, but their accents betray foreign roots, which you think might be Arabic.
Cool. I'll make mental notes.
Okay. And the only other bit of new information that you learn is that they appear to be armed as you hang out with them. They check their weapons and things. And
That's good because I'm armed too, so
yeah,
we can all hang out armed together.
yeah. After a while, being there, actually no, hold there. So Sage and everybody else, you guys have moved into this area now, and you've parked your vehicles, and you've begun closing in. And because Alexi knows where they are, he may or may not have informed them of their exact spot. But now you've all got eyes on them.
Basically, yeah, we're gonna Bishop will tell them to form a circle around them, pretty much,
Okay.
and seal off that whole area.
All right.
How much camera footage is around there? Do we know?
The exact point where they are, there's no cameras.
Yep. Good, 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 good. Now Bishop texts and says and stuff like that to everybody saying we want to stake them if possible.
Parker says to you, I've got a SWAT team on standby over in the next block. They're ready with stakes and other appropriate weapons.
All right, all right.
We have a cleanup team behind them.
Okay. All right. Now, Philippe, text to Philippe. Walk home. Go past them. Let it happen.
All right. Nobody wants to intercede at this point. Everything's good.
I think I will.
I would have a stake on me as well.
I'm gonna
Yep.
bring out my sniper rifle and find somewhere to hang out. Just
Okay.
in
Can
case
you
things
make
go
a
awry.
wits and investigation check, please, Sage, to find a good place to hang out?
Sure can. Just the one.
One
Hey,
success.
and
Yeah.
then just then you get a text from Bishop saying, find a high place, Songbird.
As if I didn't already know what to do.
She
Can
rolls
I
her
follow
eyes and
behind.
Yeah.
Can I
Um,
follow behind them, waiting for a chance to stake the vampire?
the closest place that you can get to is the entrance to the alleyway, and diagonally across from the entrance to that alleyway. If you were straight across from it, they would see you. So what you can do, Sage, is cover the entrance to the alleyway. So
Okay.
if they come out of the alleyway, you'll have them in your sights. Okay. In fact, at this point, every now and again, you're seeing one of them step back into your gun sight, briefly, waving a cigarette around and talking and shit. Yeah. Dr. Shipman, you're on the scene.
I think I would pull out probably a surgical mask and use that to mask of 1,000 faces myself instead
Okay.
of someone different. All
right.
I think I would just be trying to act normal and see if I can find anything or see anything or notice anything.
Okay.
Like I'm not going to try and hide or anything.
Are you walking around the entrance to the alleyway?
Yep.
Where they are?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As they get closer, Alexis, you hear the one that's standing back in the shadows against the door, and it is a locked door. He says, someone is coming. Oh, my camera just fucked up. See if we can fix that. Here we go. Yeah. He says, someone is coming. And the other one looks around and backs into the corner in the alley and hides in the shadows. And Alexis, you notice both of them obfuscate. Both of them.
Did I know ghouls could do that?
You know that you can teach ghouls to do that.
Ah,
If
that's
they're-
cool. Yeah.
But it takes a lot of work for ghouls. It's much harder for them to learn it than for vampires.
I'm impressed. That makes staking a bit harder now. It's a 50-50 chance.
Right.
I think I'd just lean up against the wall at the beginning of the alleyway and get a smoke out and have a cigarette.
All right. So you stand in the alleyway having a cigarette, smoking. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, Alexis, make a perception check, please. Do you have any specs, Alexis?
I do.
Ooh,
I have
how
one.
much?
I was just about to check the power. One. I think it's just enhanced senses so far.
Huh? Heightened senses?
Yep.
Yep.
3 successes.
3 successes. Okay, Alexis, you get the sense that one of the shadows has begun to move around the alleyway in relation to where Dr. Shipman is, and you see this kind of shadow part from one wall to the other, like just across the center briefly through the light. And you can only say you would have noticed that because of your heightened senses. It was so fast and so brief and so obfuscated. And at that point, Alexis, you see this vampire uncloak behind Dr. Shipman with a stake, ready to stick it through him. You have 10 seconds to tell me what to
Can
do.
I
What you
leap on top of the guy doing that and attempt to counter stake him on the way down?
You can certainly try. You can
Alright.
certainly try. Would you like to spend any willpower points to do that?
No, but I'll burn into strength.
Burn
Blood
into
into
strength.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So you're dumping into strength, all
Yep.
max to 5,
Yep.
I assume.
Yep.
Okay.
Three successes.
3 successes.
So I don't stake him, but I come down on him like a ton of bricks.
All right. Well, you certainly knock him off, Dr. Shipman. Dr. Shipman, obviously this is going to be a big bunch of noise going on behind you, tumbling and clombering noises and smashing and fighting now. So you spin around and see Alexis pulling this guy away from you, both of them trying to stake each other at this point. What do you want to do, Dr. Shipman?
I don't know, just for the science of it. Yeah, I want to pop my sleeve gun out and try and shoot him in the spine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll a hit. Dex and firearms, please.
1.
1 success.
Alexis is like, who keeps
My
doing
arm
these
blows up.
things?
No, your arm doesn't blow up. But the gun goes off. It doesn't hit the guy, but he turns around at you to see you briefly. Alexi, you have a moment to attempt to do something.
Stake him.
That moment of distraction, you can make a full attempt to stake him. So, yep. It's a melee, dex and melee, or strength and melee. Strength and melee.
Yep.
We assuming we'd hear the gunfire.
You've heard the gunfire now. Yeah, bang. You see a flash go off, Sage, in the alley.
I'd like to
8 successes.
That's very good.
Okay, you staked him.
Oh.
Poof.
Well,
8.
I want to like check their vehicle.
You want to check their vehicle?
I want
Okay.
to find out where the vehicle is and check it, or be on my vehicle. You know, I'll hop on my vehicle and see if I can find.
Okay. So from your bike, you are gonna make an investigation. Wits an investigation check.
I hate this roll. 1.
1. You see their bike. It's past the other end, past the other side of the alley. You'd have to go across through the view of the alley to get to it.
Well, I'm gonna keep an eye on it. I'll drive around the block so I got it from the other angle.
Okay.
Just because I think that might be their
Might
way
be.
of getting away. So yeah, just in case there's a need to speed off,
All right.
I'll ready myself.
Fair enough. Now, Philippe, you're on your way here to go walking past as bait right now. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. How close are you to this whole scenario?
I don't know. How close am I, Russell?
30 feet from the entrance to the alleyway.
Okay.
It's the call I made.
I know. That I was
Took
listening.
forever to call them up too because of all those numbers.
I'll head. Right. Good special effects. I'll head into the alleyway.
Okay, so you turn to head into the alleyway, whereupon you find Alexis and Dr. Shipman in mortal combat with a vampire and now a ghoul. Now the ghoul, Sage, can you make a perception alertness check? Yep.
Just 1.
Just 1. For a moment, you see a flash of sleeve, and you see the gun on the end of the sleeve. You can have a very difficult shot at it if you want to.
Yep.
Dex and firearms with 9 is the difficulty, and you need 3 successes to.
Okay. Am I allowed to use my rifle at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Nope.
-1. You take the wing mirror off a car. A lot of glass goes smashing everywhere. And right next to you, Philippe, the wing mirror of a car just goes flying off and bounces down the road, glass everywhere. But as you go around the corner, you see the vampire gets staked by Garth, Alexis.
Yep.
You see Shipman's gun go off, bang.
Yep.
You see this wing mirror go flying off.
Yeah.
You see this ghoul try to shoot at Alexis.
I'll shoot him.
You shoot him. All right.
Yeah.
Roll to hit. Dex and firearms, please. Alexis, you can make a dex and dodge check.
2.
2. Okay. And what's your dex and firearms check for Leap?
Dex and firearms is 3.
Okay. If it hadn't been for the fact that Philippe hit him at the exact time that he was trying to shoot you, this guy would have shot you, but instead Philippe has managed to use his weapon to turn his body around, so he misses you by about that much, and a chunk of wood comes flying out of that boarded up wooden door, and you notice there's like a pink spray paint of a crown on that wall for a moment.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So Sage.
More fire.
Oh,
More firearms.
I was gonna say first, can I see the ghoul now? Is he there?
Yeah, he's right behind you. You turn and shoot him?
No, I'm gonna turn and look in his eyes and say, "We are your friends. Drop your weapons."
I see. Make your check, please.
-3. Jesus Christ.
You speak into his mirrored shades and dominate yourself.
Can I-
I am
Can
my
I
own
shoot him
friend.
now?
You're your own friend now.
Can I shoot him, please?
Yep, roll to hit.
Okay. 5.
5, okay. You blow his brains out. And he drops to the ground.
Oh, I could do that. Jeez.
Down.
Parker.
This
Right,
is what
this-
-3 gets
The
you.
mirrored shades suddenly explode outwards from the other side as he is shot in the back of the head by Sage's sniper rifle and
Parker,
drops to the ground. So,
seal up the circle and take control of the street,
done.
the area.
Closing in now, sir.
Also, make sure. No, I'll do that. I get in contact with home base and tell them to get ready for any kind of attack. Seal up heavy.
Yes, very good. All right, they do that. Excellent. I'm going to take 5 minutes and I'll be right back.
Okay. I like the headphones don't look so bright and pink in your camera, which is good. They look more red. I can't hear you.
They look more manly.
Yeah. Yeah. They would be so much cool if they were red.
But they are great.
That's good.
They don't drop around my head or anything.
Yeah, mine are similar.
Yeah,
And I love them.
Yeah.
Really good.
I like these ones. They're so comfortable as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can try I guess experiment with the microphone, because it might not pick up as much sound or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. No, not because when he got the microphone in, it knocks out the big mic.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if it works. Once it's on, if it works still through the mouthpiece, even though it's not going through the big one.
You'd
The
have
big
to
one?
set it up. Like it won't do both. I don't think you'd have.
No,
to
I
put
don't
both
think
out
so.
there. But yeah, if the smaller one makes it so that you're not hearing everything,
Okay.
it might be better for you when you're streaming. But once again, I'm not sure. I don't know how the microphone is.
Yeah.
I've got like a microphone too for this one, but I don't
Okay.
use it. Got my HyperX.
Yeah. Okay. I hate to jinx us, but I think we did well.
Yeah, I mean it was two dudes.
Yeah.
And I mean it's not Lady and Misa or anything.
Yeah, but it's
I can
practice
finally
for Lady and
reliably
Lisa.
state something.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can't. I haven't put anything towards it at all. Don't count on her for that. She's got like 1 dice, and at the moment I'm on negative. I do -1, so
Yeah, I can't stake
it'd
anything
be
either.
0. Yeah, no stakey for us.
I'm really tempted to just make my sleeve gun just more and more volatile because I like it better when it blows up. Like put the most insane incendiary rounds. So I just go up in flames if it fails.
Yeah. What about like a holy water gun?
It just splashes on myself. Ah!
Yeah.
Yes,
What
but
about,
to
like,
quote Fright Night, you have to have faith for that to work.
Hmm.
No.
what about like you know, like a water balloon gun? So,
But it's like a
so
super
they're
soaker.
like okay, super soaker.
Does holy
Yeah.
water even work? Is that like a...
It-
I don't think it
I
does,
don't-
does it?
It depends. It depends on the vampire's belief.
Right.
You know.
If it has some form of connection with them.
Yeah. Yeah. If
That's
the
funny.
vampire doesn't believe in it, of course, it's not going to work.
I believe in the power of the water balloon. Yes.
Just
Just
have to
hope-
scream every time. This is holy water.
You got true faith, it'll work.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good
There is
torture
true
technique.
faith. There is true faith, and that goes for any religion.
I think
Any
vampires can
religion.
only get one dot in it.
Look.
But
Look, I dare you to, you know, the football episode on of IT Crowd.
Yeah.
Well, I dare you to say that to Alan and just see what he has to say. Yeah. The whole I can't even remember what it is.
I'll have to familiarize
You
myself
catch
with that
the
again.
football or something.
The main one that always sticks out to me is the first episode of season 2 where what's his name pretends to be in a wheelchair. I forget what that is though. But yeah, I need to watch that show again.
Yeah.
Just getting more into being IT as a career and just realizing how much Noel is very with his servers, the blinky lights, and he doesn't know what they do. It's just they do. That's not normal. It doesn't normally do that.
Oh, turned off. It's back on again.
Oh, it's back on.
Yeah, it does that.
I am back. Kind of. There we are.
So, yo.
Yo. So, did you do stuff? What are you doing?
we
Waiting.
won while you were
Surely you
away.
came up with a plan in that time.
We just take
Songbird,
yes.
get in. Text it to you. It says,
Mhm.
get in touch with Ufra and see if he's interested in foreign dignitaries, like the one we've got.
Okay. I need 10 minutes at least. Why don't we take him back to the compound?
We are going to take him back to the compound, but
Okay.
I want to see.
We'll meet you there.
All right. So you
Okay.
head back to the compound.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
when we
Hold
get to
on
the
to the dude.
compound, I'm going to find a quiet space to get in touch with my sire with a little mirror.
Okay. With your sire with a little mirror from the compound. Okay, cool.
'Cause I'm not sure where he is. So
You sense his presence in the mirror. Sage,
hello, Uther.
this is unexpected.
Yes. Number one, I'm sorry about the other night. I was a little bit irresponsible. I take full responsibility over that. And tonight we're in London and we've caught a vampire who was tailing Philippe. And
He was what?
There was a vampire that was tailing Philippe with a ghoul.
I see.
And he was apparently a foreigner. So just
And
wondering
you've
if
captured this vampire, did you say?
Yes. He is staked at Bishop's compound.
Transport him to me when you have a chance, then.
Are you here in London?
Yes, I am.
All right. We will head there.
Very well. Okay. So that's what you do?
So Bishop, let him know he is in London. He's back at his house. He wants to see him. ASAP.
We can take him.
Put the van that way then.
All right, so you're heading that way. Okay, cool.
Pick him up, dump him in the car.
All right.
Make sure the stake stays in there.
Make sure the
Want me to
stake stays in.
drive? We're gonna drive an armored vehicle. I love armored vehicles. Please.
Okay, so
please.
Sage gets to drive the armor.
I'm gonna put some. I'm gonna put something in his ears and put a bag over his head, so he can't see where he's going.
Can you? Okay, so while you guys are doing this, can everyone make a perception and alertness check, please?
Yes. Why yes?
Why, yes. 4 successes from Alexis.
4.
Remember, we have 2 ghost teams there.
That is true. All right. So Alexis, you rolled for Philippe as well? And Bishop? I don't know. Can't hear you. You're muted.
Yep, 4 and then 3 for Philippe and then 4 for Bishop.
Okay, so everybody notices, including the ghost teams who tell you in advance, just moments before, that there is a black limousine cruising into this district right now, and it's being followed by 2 fairly serious-looking 4x4s with black tinted windows. We're running the number plates now.
Probably hide this body.
So you put down the boot on the back of the car.
Yeah.
All right. And at this point, you can hear the sounds of the vehicles.
Yeah. Everybody get into place again.
What place are you getting into?
The places we were in before. And continue the circle. Continue to circle the thing, because it's got to come into that circle if it's coming through that way.
It's definitely come inside the circle at this point.
Right. I ordered them to close the circle once they're in.
Okay, and at this point, they've shut down the streets too, so the traffic's stopped. And in the distance, you can hear the sound of traffic jam noises, honking, and so on.
Is this something I can do while all this is happening?
Yeah.
I want to extract some blood from this vampire. Not only enough for me to do a taste of whatever.
Taste of Vitae, yeah.
But also enough in like another vial that I can put aside for Uther.
Okay. Can you make a...
Get a doctor. Doctor. Help
I
me
can help
here.
her with my medicine.
Yeah, okay. All right, so you can make a wits and medicine check.
Cool.
Might as well, just in case.
2 successes.
All right, you successfully extract 2 drops of blood just before these vehicles have entered into the circle. Bishop's circle of doom. All right.
Circle of friendship.
Circle of friendship. The circle of trust.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So what are you guys doing at this point as all of these vehicles are crossing into the circle of trust?
We're making up positions that we can either have a conversation with them or fight them.
All right. Can I get you guys to make wits and security checks to see if you can find good positions?
I'm taking Alan with me as well.
Noted that
Alex
we have been
gets
here for a
3.
while.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay,
Can
so
Alan make
Sage, you're
one?
just in the open by the car at this point.
Philippe gets 2.
Can Alan make one?
Yeah.
To help me?
Okay, Alan pushes Sage off the road between the vehicles and says, "Get down." Okay.
And 4 for Bishop.
4 for Bishop. Okay, Bishop, you're in a good position behind one of your vehicles and you've got your scopes out. Yeah.
Absolutely.
What kind of weapons are you carrying right now, Bishop?
I've got a sniper rifle.
Okay, so there's 2 sniper rifles here, Sage and Bishop, quite close to each other.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Alexi, where are you?
I'll be trying to get up close and like just hidden away, obfuscated.
Okay, so at this point you're seeing this limousine, this stretched limousine coming down the road, and these 2 highly secure vehicles behind it. Note, this is not the fancily colored limousine that Philippe previously got into. It's a different one.
Okay.
Probably to hide in the trash or something.
Yeah.
We're waiting for an ID on the vehicle.
Okay.
Roger.
The IDs on the vehicles turns out that they are both, all 3 of them are registered to the Egyptian temple business.
Okay.
May I do
Do you see what I mean?
the tasty thing?
Okay, so you're going to do Taste of Vitae?
I want to observe that as well.
All right.
Just because of a point and thaumaturgy, so see what it looks
See
like.
how it's done.
Yeah.
All right. So you're learning Taste of Vitae next, I take it. All
I think so, yeah.
right.
Just the one.
1 success. And what do we learn for 1 success? Just 1 bit of information.
Yeah.
Um,
Really, I'm up to gin. I'm up to the generation.
right. Usually it would be clan and then generation. So you taste
There's
a strange,
no usual about it.
a taste of strange foreign blood that is definitely vampire blood. You don't know the generation, but the
it
Ministry
taste
of
powerful?
Set has a ring to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you were to intuit it, that would be the closest thing of all the things you've heard of that it might be.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Damn.
Okay. The limousine and the other vehicles cruise past you. They keep going.
I'm gonna hop on my bike and follow them.
They go about 2, well, not even 2 blocks, about 50 meters, and stop outside Philippe Gratiano's apartment complex.
I call Philippe.
Philippe, your phone rings,
Okay, I answer it from my hiding place.
but it's not Sam. It's not Alexis. Alexis, you get the engaged tone.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Monsieur Gratiano, I'm outside your apartment. I thought perhaps you would like to come out for the night. And Philippe, you feel a strange tug to do so.
Thought the order
Oh,
got
this is
rid
Philippe's
of that.
girlfriend.
The order didn't get rid of my urges? Okay.
You don't have to do it. You're not forced to do it, but you can feel that there's a strange tug to do it. Like for a moment, you're like, ooh, you recognize it.
Roll my self-control.
All right. Alexi, or rather Garth.
Oh, God.
Whatever name.
How many self-control does Philippe have? Roll that many dice.
Sorry, there we go. This one here, he's got 4.
4.
And he rolls 1 success.
1 success.
Hmm.
Up to you, Barry.
All right, he'll go.
Okay.
Do we see him?
So Philippe, you leave your post. Where are you that you're leaving from?
I am
The alleyway.
Yeah.
So you just walk out of the alleyway and start walking down the street towards
Yep.
the
Yep.
Okay.
Do we see him?
Yes, you do.
And do we see where he's going towards?
Yes, he's going towards his apartment.
Okay.
He's going towards the vehicle, in fact. Philippe, as you approach, the door opens.
Okay.
I want to try and levitate him.
Philippe?
Yeah.
Philippe
Just
is
chase him
gonna
down on your bike.
Philippe's gonna tie up his shoe
So Philippe bends over to tie up his shoe.
when he's close to the limo.
All right, and Philippe, you can make a perception alertness check.
Yeah, okay, go.
All right,
Right
Garth.
now, try and call Sage.
I thought
Perception
he's giving
alertness.
us an in right now.
Sage, how does this? You've
Okay.
got to
Right.
lift
That's
so
what I'm
much
gonna do. I'm
weight.
gonna do it. So let's see how to
Two.
do it. I've lost my notes. Why? Okay, here we go. Movement of mind. Phew. So willpower is okay. Five. Sorry, I have to set this all up. It's annoying. Okay.
Man.
Okay. Okay, sweet. Yep, that should be enough. 3 successes is enough to lift 200 pounds.
200
If you
pounds.
gain
okay.
weight, then
So,
sucks to be you.
right.
But
so you are making Philippe fly.
yep.
Okay. All right. So Philippe, you bent down to pick up your to do your shoelace when you begin to rise up off the ground. How high does he fly?
I'm going to I'm gonna put him on top of his roof. You know, I'm just gonna hover him. I'm just gonna hover him up quite high.
How high?
2 stories.
2 stories up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have they
Is there any
seen him?
Is there any water around? Because it might be best to put him over water.
Well, it's raining. There's puddles everywhere.
Is there like any balcony or anything?
A balcony? Nothing appreciable. There's some awnings.
Okay, I'll put him over an awning.
Philippe, what are you doing while you're getting lifted up all of a sudden by surprise in the middle of the street in front of this limousine?
Well, to say I'm panicking is kind of, putting it mildly. He doesn't know what's going on, so he's trying to gain his feet, and he thinks it's it.
It's inspiration for a paint.
He's like, what the fuck? Help me! What's going on?
Someone call a scientist.
And all
The
these
limousine door suddenly slams and the vehicles drive off.
Oh, that Philippe.
Classic.
Always levitating.
We should go after him. By the way, I'll put Philippe down.
ghost teams.
All right,
Says
they're gonna.
Bishop. Ghost
gonna-
teams follow.
All right, the ghost teams get into action. All right, they're following them. They leave this district and start heading back to the main city. What do you do with Philippe now that he's 2 floors up off the ground?
I'm gonna gently bring him down closer to us.
What is the fuck going on now? I mean, what am I? What the
Oh, you're flying! You're flying, Philippe. You're a real boy.
I,
No, that's the
I
wrong
do
guy.
not want to fly.
You're thinking happy thoughts, I think.
I am not happy. I am above the ground. Is it too soon to tell somebody I do not like heights?
You are heading towards the vehicle, and to be honest, it's kind of not a good idea for you to go in there. So I thought I'd stop you.
Can you let me down? No, I love you
let-
dearly, but can
I
you let me down?
Okay, so she puts you back down on the ground and releases the
All right.
spell, I assume.
Yeah.
Bishop rings Tatiana.
Hello?
Bishop here, Tatiana.
I know who it is. I've got your number.
Oh, of course. All right. I'll get used to that one day. How do you
Surely,
feel?
as a security group, you should understand how telephones work.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Oh, you're a little old for that?
How do you feel about lizards in your city?
What?
Lizards in your city.
Lizards?
Posing as toreadors.
I don't know what you're talking about.
They're called, what are they called? What are they?
The Ministry of Set.
The Ministry of Set. How do you feel about the Ministry of Set in your city?
Well, they haven't done anything to us.
So we should leave them alone?
Well, if they've done anything to you?
Yes, they have been following Philippe around and trying to take his blood and trying to find out all about him.
Oh, God.
And
Albert
us.
James, the jihad.
Yes. And all that without permission and trying to dominate.
Have you got any proof of any of this shit?
Philippe's word? It's good enough for me.
Yeah, but is it going to be good enough for the Primogen Council?
Oh, so they can get away with this shit then.
Well, yeah, they're vampires. That's what vampires do.
So
They
the
get away
one,
with all kinds of shit.
the one that tried to stake one of my boys tonight, we should let go.
Oh, really? There was a staking involved.
Yes, he tried to stake one of my boys.
Okay, and then what happened?
Then we staked him.
So you got this guy?
Yep.
Well, then you should bring him to me.
I will do just that.
I look forward to it.
I look forward to seeing you.
Good night.
We're about to have a crisis of who's getting the person.
Aren't we taking it to Uther?
Yes, we're taking it to Uther first, but I've done the polite thing and told the law what's going on. So first we
Makes
go to
sense.
Uther, then we go to Tatiana.
Day gets better when you call the law, though.
Garth, speaker, head is volume low.
Nobody's day gets better when you call the law.
Yeah,
we
but
should have kept this quiet for a bit longer.
I don't want Tatiana up my ass, do you?
I shouldn't know about it.
She seems really like cool.
Tatiana
You'd be
finds
so
out
lucky.
things. If there's one thing I've learned while I've been here, she finds out. And if she finds out before we tell her, the prince will get involved.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, let's head out to Uther's then.
All right. So you head off to Uther's house, and 20 to 30 minutes later you arrive, and the gate is unlocked. And you drive up to the the fountain and the front door, the car park. Parker is out the front, sweeping the driveway.
Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Rather, not Parker. Yes, Benjamin.
Size of Parker. Right, yes. Hello. Hello,
Good
Benjamin.
evening. I was not expecting company.
Well, you did call in advance. Well, you know, I use the mirror
What
in
mirror?
advance. Oh, was
I-
his mirror?
I don't know anything about that, Sage.
Right. Well, we've let Uther know we're meant to be here. We have
I see.
someone for him to have a look at.
I see. Very good. Yes, he arrived yesterday. Been very busy in all of that. Well, I imagine he's upstairs in the library. Why don't you go on up?
All right.
What is that in the back of your car? Should I say, who is that?
Staked.
I don't know.
NPC.
Fridge.
Yeah, free fridge.
Free fridge. You take 5 levels of aggravated fridge damage.
We're hoping Uther's going to tell us all about it.
I see. Well, good luck. Do you need a hand?
No, I've got it sorted.
All right. So you pick up the thing and carry him
So
inside
strong.
and carry him upstairs and dump him on the floor in
Tough, I can
the
carry a dude.
and I'll get my security people to secure the outside of Uther's home.
Okay.
Not the inside. The gate.
Benjamin says to you, excuse me, Mr. Bishop.
Yes.
I was wondering if I could have a word with you, a question about security.
Of course. I've always got time for you.
Well, here in particular, so far out of town, we really want to draw as little attention to the place as possible. So the fewer number of vehicles and personnel wandering around, probably the better. You see, as you may well know, there is a large wolf on this property that tends to eat people. And if you have, I wouldn't want anything to happen to your security by the gate.
All right. I'll tell them to go and secure my building. All right?
Of course, of course.
All right. Everybody head home and secure.
All right, off they go. Brum, brum. So you take the corpse inside, the vampire, staked, up to the library and put it on the floor in front of the great hearth there.
Here you go, Uther.
Uther emerges from his study. Good evening. This is you say it is Ministry of Set.
Yes.
Is that what you told him, Sage? Did you say that?
I will confirm with him that he is, because I did the blood test. That's all I got from him. We have another vial here for you, or you can take it straight from the source.
I will try your vial, Sage. Let us see it is prepared correctly. Oh, very good. You've learned much.
Thank you. That wasn't.
And he is going to test the blood too now.
Hence the blood.
Certainly a Setite. 10th generation. This one.
Right.
Yes. I'm not sure he's going to be very useful. Highly dominated and controlled.
Maybe not him. Maybe an item of something. Maybe one of us could. Well, I can't anyway, but maybe someone could do the whole spirit touchy thing.
Yes.
That would be. That is my. Yeah, I will do that if you wish me to.
All right. Should we do a spirits touch for Philippe? What are you gonna touch though? Is the question.
Literally every bloody thing that he has on him. And body. Can we get a body? I don't know what are the rules.
You can't spirit touch a body.
You can't?
No.
That's bloody useless.
Objects.
His
shirt buttons.
What does he use? Yeah, I'll touch his clothes.
Okay.
What is the roll?
Do you still have his stake?
Does he have a cell phone? Any technology?
He does have a cell phone, actually.
We'll give that to Alexi, and he can do his stuff with that.
You can spirit touch it as well.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do 3 spirits touch rolls for Philippe.
Cool. What is the roll? Perception.
Perception and empathy, I think.
Okay. Yep.
Difficulty is very high though. It's like I think it's 8.
Cool. And you want 3 of them?
Yeah.
There's no difficulty. It's just the age of impression, mental and.
Yeah, so it's 8.
Right.
3.
Whoa.
3.
Okay.
Oh, 3 the first time. Okay, cool. So off his buttons, off his shirt, Philippe, you learn that he has a room downstairs on the ground floor of the Egyptian temple.
Mm-hmm.
The second roll was 1 success, was it?
Yep.
Did we do all 3 of them yet?
I'm trying to do the last one. My keyboard's playing up.
Oh, I see.
It's not registering the 8 for some reason.
From okay, so the last check is going to be from his the cell phone. The second check, what object would that be? Do you think? His gun.
Second check would be his wallet.
His wallet.
Because he would use his wallet a lot.
He does not have a wallet.
Does not have a wallet. Okay.
He has a book
Does he have like a
here's
necklace?
Here's a Koran. And yeah, here's a necklace. He's got a number of tattoos.
Well,
as
do
well.
that. Do the necklace.
The necklace. All right. Okay, so the next success with the necklace was you get an image of the Lady Amissa giving him the necklace, except that she's wearing a headdress and there is some smoke in the scene, like incense burning and the sound of a bell, music playing in the background, and people moving about in the dark.
So it's a ceremony of some sort.
Could be, yeah. The final check on the cell phone, you don't get any readings off that at all.
Probably a throwaway then.
Could be a burner, yeah.
Okay, this is a throwaway.
I mean, maybe
think-
maybe it's.
You
worth
can't be sure it's a burner,
trying.
but you don't get
Yeah.
any impressions of it.
Mhm.
I mean, you might be able to get something from a burner anyway. It
Right.
hasn't been thrown away, so.
Uther checks the phone and hands it over to Alexei. He says, too much information for my mind.
Thank you. I'll
Oh.
see what I can do as I start trying to get into it.
Very good. Okay, so you take the phone and do you immediately work on that?
Yeah.
Or you, yep, okay. Do you want to make a wits and investigation?
With a spirit touch, with an accurate
3
spirit touch, we might be
successes.
able to find out how to get in.
3 successes on breaking into the phone. Yeah, you get past the password, and it's not very hard. And in the phone, there are a number of phone numbers that include a number of names that sound like they might be of Arabic or Egyptian descent. Yeah. And there's one number that just says the lady.
I take that. Well, actually, I try and make a copy of the entire SIM card if possible.
Yep, you can do that, no problem. Done. All right, Shipman, are you up to anything?
I think I'd just be observing all of this, the spirit touch and
All right.
manipulation of blood and that sort of thing.
And
It's
is there-
interesting to me.
Uther asks you too. He says, "Are you ready for your next course of treatment this evening?"
Yeah, I think if that's where we've led, yeah.
Very well. Okay. Well, after this, then we shall speak privately.
Do we have any more of the master's blood? Just
I probably do, if you want some.
we shouldn't sit there in front of a visual.
Can't actually hear you, Sage. Your voice is very quiet.
Okay,
too.
cool. Do you have any more of the blood of, you know?
You're looking for the master's vitae.
Yes, please. I am pretty wounded still.
Ah, I see. Yes, yes. Come. He takes you into his study and he gives you some blood. Can you roll 5 dice? 6 is a success. Every success gives you a aggravated wound heal.
Oh, okay, just one. Did I right?
Better than nothing.
Okay.
All right. So what happens next? What are you guys doing next while she's getting healed? You're going through the phone, Bishop.
We should find out where the ghost teams have led with this limo.
Oh, it led back to a compound less than 200 meters behind the Egyptian temple. From that compound, another vehicle has been seen traveling to the Egyptian temple. You believe that some of the members from the car, whoever was in that car, has moved from one vehicle to another and now traveled to the Egyptian temple and gone in the underground basement entrance, which is there for the privacy and discreetness of their clients.
I will try and use my research skills to find the council plans for those sites and see
All right.
what they're all about. what
You wanna
symbols
make,
they're attached to and whatnot.
let's make another intelligence and investigation check, please.
1 success.
You find the council plans. They're very simple. They don't say anything about an underground car park.
Oh wow.
So from that you can intuit that, or infer that the car park, the plans are not in fact accurate.
Yep.
Sage.
Yes,
You
I
doing?
just.
So you're getting healed
drinking.
up, right?
Yep.
You're healing up. Okay.
Mm.
Dr. Shipman, you're watching her getting healed up.
Yeah, I'm just observing Uther and his behavior.
Who's that? Did you teach him? Like, did you teach him thaumaturgy?
I actually can't hear you. Can you speak
Oh.
up a little bit or turn your
Did
mic?
you? This is really up. Wait, is it? Oh,
Well,
there we
yeah,
go.
that's better.
I
No.
must have bumped it.
Ah.
But anyway, can you like, did you teach him thaumaturgy like at one point?
Dr. Shipman?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
I've got a point in it.
It's got 1 point in it. Yeah.
Well, why don't you give it a shot on the body? I mean, you keep looking at me while I was doing it. Give it a shot.
go on, try.
Okay, what do I roll?
Uther explains to you how to use Taste of Vitae.
Let me just get my notes. Perception and occult difficulty 7.
Okay. Three.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Your Taste of Vitae is very intuitive, and you. What level is that in thaumaturgy? Is that the first level of thaumaturgy, or that's yeah? So you already have the discipline, so you've just never used it before. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have the flavor of the Ministry of Set. The generation is 10, and you.
I don't know if this will do anything with my derangement and my state of mind.
It tastes like corruption to you, like corrupted blood.
Okay.
Like it's still Vitae, it still has its effects, but it's something ethically, deeply, underminingly. The resonance under it is corrupted. If that makes any sense at all?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. And Uther and Sage are looking at you like,
How did you do? What did you get from it?
Yeah, I don't like it.
I
neither
mean,
did I. Probably the best.
It's hard to explain. Yeah, it's kind of gross.
The taint of corruption within this Vitae. Yes. And that tells you everything you need to know about the Ministry of Set.
So is this from the domination of his mind that it's like this, or is it?
No, my friend, this is in their blood.
Okay. Well, that's fun.
Indeed.
Fun.
Hmm. Well, what do you think these vampires want with Philippe?
Well, you said he was the weakest.
Probably
the weakest
drawn
link.
offensive pictures of them, and they're all pissed off.
Yeah, I would say his prophecy abilities.
Perhaps his prophecy abilities. Excellent point. That could make him a target among elders and Methuselahs alike.
Well, he made himself pretty obvious when he insulted half the town.
Are they prophecies, or are they just events that have happened in the past?
Yeah.
Could be seen either way, I suppose. In any case, I imagine that it could garner interest. Surely other kindred.
They're important events from people's lives, and you could paint a picture. What if two people link together?
What I know, and what perhaps these Setite ministry Vampires, no, might be different, but I happen to be aware that Philippe's abilities to paint such pictures have left him long ago. He no longer carries this power. It's no use to them, not unless they can find a picture that he's already painted some decades back.
You know
Are you
why
sure?
he's lost it?
Well, from my understanding, Gratiano had this power only for a few weeks during a period when he was painting a certain type of picture, experimenting, as it were, in a particular style of art. As he went into that particular style, he tranced a number of things for a few weeks, and then he tells us that he stopped, and it never happened again. But it began with a painting of his parents' plane crash over Tunisia.
Did he paint that picture on purpose? Like, was that not a...
I do not think it was on purpose. My understanding is that he goes into a type of trance during the painting of the image and then emerges at the end with a painting. He did not realize that it was his parents' painting or his parents' plane crash until perhaps a few days or weeks later.
You think the set could know how to trigger that?
These setites?
Yeah,
Perhaps.
trigger this painting. Like, put him
Wow.
back into that place.
Curious idea, Doctor. It not occurred to me. Very
Well, I
interesting.
mean, if you have someone that can paint the past things that other Primogen have done, you could find a lot out about them, right?
You could, couldn't you? It'd be very useful if you were looking for a way to corrupt them, blackmail them, control them.
Or they just don't like art.
Or they just don't like art. It could be that. Could be that.
Why did we bring him back? Philippe is still a potential threat. Isn't he safer back at the mountain?
No, it's Bishop, isn't it?
No, it was Philippe.
Philippe has been to the mountain recently too.
But we went there because, well, he went there especially to get away from the beckoning call that she could have on
his
him.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
Are you
We
suggesting
surround
that
them.
we take Philippe back to the mountain? There is another opportunity here.
We use him as bait.
Yes. Would you
I
use him
think
to
so,
draw
yeah.
them out?
I wonder
After
what
all.
he'd feel about that.
He does not feel very confident on the idea. Everybody forgot I was here already.
Oh, hello, Philippe.
Oh, hi, Philippe.
Or shall we call you bait?
Yes.
You are very funny people.
It is of interest to me to see how these individuals reacted to your plans. You staked this one. What else
Yes.
happened? Tell me more.
They were about to take Philippe from the looks of it. I don't know much else what happened there. What happened there,
Sneaking
Philippe?
up behind Dr. John.
They were going to.
The one that I staked was sneaking up on Dr. John.
Oh, I see.
Well, that's because I went into the alleyway. I think they probably
for sure.
felt
That would have been the
compromised.
whole situation, but that's what happened beforehand.
So
What do you
one
think
of them, they attempted to stake you, Doctor. Is that what you said?
Yeah, but I kind of just wandered into the alleyway they were in.
Did you know they were there?
Yeah, that's why I went in, and then they obfuscated when I went in there.
So you did not see them when you went in?
I just knew that they were in there from comms.
I see. And then one tried to stake you?
Yeah.
Did they know that you were a vampire then?
Well, I guess I didn't really. I wasn't in there very long, and they then tried to stake me. So they must have been able to detect that I was.
He gave them no reason to believe just from him being there.
I see. So they must be able to perceive if you were a kindred or kind, perhaps Saurus or Auspex, or perhaps some other means.
Unless they found out from me when I was in their clutches.
Yes. Be
This
careful.
could be an Order of Mars thing then. Do you think they know about the Order of Mars?
That is a very disturbing concern. What brings
Well,
you to
Philippe
this
was the one that inducted us in, right?
That is true.
If it's not his prophecy, then what else would it be?
It may well be the prophecy, but that is also a very disturbing connection that you have made. I task you with investigating this, discovering this.
We'll
You
find
can
out
come
what's
to me
going
for
on.
assistance if you require it, but of course you know the rules. I am locked out of the domain of Londinium by decree of Prince Angelus on behalf of the Tremere. So I sit here in the outskirts, in the dark and the damp.
Bishop says, so my lord, do we use Philippe's bait or what?
Do what you will, Bishop. You are well fitted to know the ropes for such a task.
Okay.
I suggest that you use this as an opportunity to try out your instructions with the Order. They have told you in the past, choose a leader, follow them. Choose a mission objective, follow it. Choose your leader based on that.
All right.
You could try democracy. It worked for the Greeks for a few hundred years.
Doesn't work for anybody else. Okay. Give me some thought on it.
Will that be all then?
I've got to take this body to Tatiana.
All right.
I'll give her little bits of our information.
All right.
And because we need to keep on the good side, because, well, if her master has joined, then she might. I think she'd be an asset. Personally, sir.
Lady Missa.
No. Tatiana.
Tatiana. An asset to the Order of Mars?
Yes.
Well, I imagine that will be for Ivanovich to decide.
Yes, but I'd prefer to stay on her good side while we're in London. After all, she is an enforcer.
She is an enforcer. Well, perhaps you can rule her for inspection.
All right. All right. We'll leave you in peace, my lord.
Good night.
Those that want to.
Be well.
You too.
Good night, Uther.
Good night.
I miss you.
My child.
See you.
My son.
I'll be staying for my next treatment if unless we're doing something.
Stay. It will not take long, Doctor. Only a few minutes. And so you go about doing that. Dr. Shipman, you can have 2 experience points towards thaumaturgy this evening.
Take him to Tatiana now.
All right. So you drive the body across the city to the nightclub. Fucking brain.
To
Incognito.
Incognito. Thank you. Wow. All right. You get to Incognito. And given that you have now got security passes and clearances and things, you are allowed in through the back of Incognito, though you've never actually been in here before. And the security direct your vehicle down to this basement underground entrance. And you go up through the back door with your box into Gulag 9. This place is very depressing. It's like a Eastern Bloc prison underneath the Incognito nightclub. There is like a dungeon complex, basically. And there's a couple of rooms with bulletproof glass walls where you see number of individuals looking quite badly beaten up, sitting around. And then Tatiana meets you at the corner of the corridor. She comes around the corner with a couple of retainers behind her, and she stops. Her boots squeak on the lino floor. Well, so what do you got here?
Well, we've got this body bag full of surprises for you, Tatiana.
Surprises? Okay, tell me about him. Who is this? Let's go. We got
Okay, here's the folder. Enjoy the folder. And
a folder? I don't want to read your fucking folder. Tell me the shit.
I'm not giving you... All right.
I don't have time for
All
that.
right.
Kicks open this door.
So he's what I told you. We've had it authenticated. We know that what I told you is true.
What is it that you told me? This is some Ministry of Set shit, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
And we know they have an interest in one of our group members.
Okay. Interest, and that's Philippe Gratiano, right?
Yep.
Okay, and where did you find this guy?
Well, we found him in an alley trying to stake the dock here.
What were you doing in the alley?
Well, they were sort of sneaking up on Philippe.
So you guys moved
Also, we
in.
don't have the dock there, by the way.
Trying to stake the dock, who is traumatized and not here at the moment.
I see. Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
here though. Hello. Hi. Hi. What?
Keep saying hi. Keep saying.
Tatiana is looking at you, saying hi because you're there. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. I see you there, Sage. Okay.
I'm not obfuscated.
Are you fucking usually obfuscated?
No, of course I can't do that. I can't do that.
But you would say that if you could, right? I mean,
don't hurt me. I guess maybe.
come on, take this guy into this room, and she pushes the trolley through the gurney that's now on a gurney.
Take the guy through.
Yeah, and basically you find yourself in a very well fitted torture chamber, modern KGB style. It's been cleaned recently, so everything is clean, and it smells like disinfectant. And there's this slab in the middle of the room, and there's a rather uncomfortable looking chair. She goes, "Well, the slab or the chair? What do you guys think?"
I shrug. Torture's not really my thing.
I think the chair.
Sage has an opinion.
What?
Sage
I don't know
has
if I'll turn up at some point.
You can turn up if you want, Doctor. No problem.
Yeah, I'll turn up.
All right. Okay. Are you obfuscated at this point, or are you resplendent in your outfit as the doctor?
Yep, as normal. Yeah.
I mean, if you go with the chair, then at least you can see what you're torturing.
Yeah, you're right. It's the chair. Okay, let's take him over there.
I don't want to
And-
be here.
Take him to the
It's too
chair.
nasty. I'm
Pull
sorry, I
him.
can't do it.
They pull him out of the box and stick him on the chair and tie him up and strap him up and tighten all the straps, etc. So who wants to do the honors? She looks around.
Doctor, you should
Where's
do it.
Sage gone?
She's, how can I say? She can blow a man's head off, but she's not into it.
How's the Path of Mars about torture?
The Path of Mars about torture is all about is it useful? And don't do it if you don't have to do it, but if you have to do it, well, get the fuck over it. You've got to do it sometimes. It's
I
like,
start questioning them, and then
right. It's as long as you're doing it in order for the order. Actually, that's really it. It's what it comes down to. If you were doing it for fun, then it would be against the rules. Okay, so who's going to pull a stake out? You are.
Yeah.
Okay. He looks around at you guys. I see.
punch him. Well, what are you doing?
Not very nice, is it?
I'm not very nice.
I'm not very nice.
No,
Well,
I'm not.
I see. Well,
What are you doing?
How's your torture going so far?
I don't know. It's all right.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You don't look like you've ever done this before. Tatiana sits down leaning against the window.
No, I haven't. But
So this is your first time.
yeah, learn from experience, right?
That's a good right hook you got there. But you know, you should learn something from my experience.
What's that?
I don't know. I'll tell you when I think of something. So you're going to ask me questions now.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm sitting here in front of you asking you dumb fucking
Well,
questions.
why were you following? Well, what were you doing in the alleyway?
We were having a cigarette. You know, tobacco. It comes in small cardboard tubes these days.
You're
now.
about to stake my friend.
Oh, that little incident. Oh no, yes. Well, we didn't know what he was doing there. He looked like he was going to attack us. We were.
I was having a cigarette, my friend.
Yeah. What were you doing?
Fuck! Really? You were gonna have a cigarette? That's so ironic. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you ruined it. You ruined it.
Never meant to do that to you. I'm so sorry. I thought you were there to attack us because, we'd been there for a while then. And this random vampire comes walking into the alleyway, so suspicious.
Is Tatiana with us?
Yeah.
I look on the trolley. Is there anything for torturing a vampire?
Anything for torturing vampires? Oh,
like-
there's tasers, cattle prods.
Hot, fiery things like
Yeah, you can heat up the pincers, that sort of stuff. Yeah.
a blowtorch or something.
The blowtorch. Yeah, there's a blowtorch. But
Start
be
blowtorching a
careful. You might actually kill a vampire with a blowtorch.
So I think this is a good opportunity to test whether vampires feel the same thing when we put a pressure onto certain points that humans feel pain with.
He kind of looks over at you.
I think I should blowtorch a hole in his hand.
No, wait, guys. There's not necessary. I'm.
I start up the blowtorch.
Fuck.
Hold his hand.
Okay.
You can either tell us what you want to, or there's the two other options, which is get blowtorched, or I force it out of your mind.
Well, look. Can we start with option one? I just tell you. And if you don't like what I say,
then I can verify it. So
right.
you might as well.
So there's no need for the blowtorch, right?
Exactly, because then when I verify it and it's not true, and I figure out what
right
is the truth anyway,
I'll tell you everything.
I'll blowtorch you.
I'll tell you everything. What do you want to know?
What is set after?
Set?
Yeah.
Well, set. You are a Camarilla vampire, yes? I assume you must be. And Tatiana clicks her heels together like, is this guy fucking stupid or what?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of obvious to assume for most vampires.
Right. Well, you believe in, maybe you don't believe in the antediluvian vampires, the third generation vampires, okay? So one of them was this mysterious vampire you never heard of. His name was Set. And he started a whole bloodline, and that's who we are. The followers of Set, that's all.
Why were you after Philippe?
We weren't after Philippe. What are you talking about?
What were you doing in the alleyway? Start waving the blowtorch closer.
I was told to keep an eye on the door of the building, and he names the name of Philippe's building. He says, and I was told to watch out for any vampires coming or going from that building, and if I could find out a way to get inside, I should do that.
And how would you know they were a vampire?
I can see them. Actually, he doesn't do that because his hands are chained up.
Who told you to do this?
You're gonna torture me, huh?
Yep.
I guess I got no choice but to tell you everything.
Yep.
Who told me? The lady.
Amisa.
Yeah.
Did you say why?
No, she didn't say why.
You must have heard something.
Yeah, he's real famous.
Why must I have heard something? I only
I
know
don't
that the
know. You don't have
Gratianos.
any. You don't have any curiosities. You don't want to
I
increase your power or anything like that.
I do.
You
my
just want to
job.
stay a grunt.
Hey! I'm not a grunt. I'm a specialist. You know. I have
Right. So,
certain
but you didn't
powers.
hear anything. You just did your job. You know.
Yeah. Why
Sounds
not?
like a grunt. Sounds like a grunt to me.
Well, then perhaps, Monsieur, I'm a grunt. Can't be helped.
I mean, do you want a blowtorch now or?
Yeah, I'm keen.
No. But I didn't hear anything. I don't know anything. No, I don't know
You can
anything.
tell whether we're
I
vampires.
blowtorch one of his fingers.
Burns right off. Blasts his finger right off.
Whoops,
He
sorry there, mate.
screams in aggravated damage. There's smoke wisping up from his hand. I don't know anything, goddammit. Fuck, what is wrong with you people?
We should probably check whether
I wasn't
everyone
loud
else here
enough.
is comfortable with this.
Fuck,
Alex,
that's gonna
should
take
can we turn to Tatiana and be like, you okay with this?
She's like, that's gonna probably take about a week to heal for him. So, you know, he's
Is there
fine.
anything you would like to ask, Tatiana?
Tatiana pops up off the front of the sill by the window. She's sitting on this wide windowsill. This big, huge glass window that looks out into the corridor. And she walks over towards you both. She looks him up and down. Well, I don't know. I think he's telling the truth. I too can see shit. So I don't think that he's got
He sounds pretty dumb.
Turn off the blowtorch. Thank you.
Oh,
Pleasure
fuck.
doing business with you.
Yeah, you too. Anytime. Fuck. Man, you guys are mean. You mean serious business, huh? Who do you work for?
These are my friends.
Huh?
These are my friends. Don't fuck with them.
Looks around. So you guys are all friends, huh? Okay. I won't fuck with you guys. I'll tell everyone not to fuck with you guys, okay? No worries. I'll tell the whole fucking city if you want. Is that what you want?
I don't know. What should we do with them?
Just let me go. I'm not gonna cause any trouble.
No, sorry, you don't.
Can
get to
I?
do it.
I want to test something.
You're not going anywhere, says Tatiana. Looks
I'll
over.
let Tatiana. Whatever you want to do. What I want to do is probably end result, and we'll get nothing out of him at that point. So you do what you need to do.
I don't know. I think we should keep him here in the tank for a night or two while we think of some new questions.
All right.
Okay.
You can
Okay.
take care
Because
of it.
I want to. Basically, I want to see if I can rewrite his memories so he forgets his entire loyalty to Set. That's what I want to try and do. But that's only once we've expended his use.
Right. Fair enough.
Yeah,
so I got a
compare him to the
question for this
Camarilla.
asshole. She punches him in the nose, breaking his nose. Blood squirts out. She looks at her hand. Yeah, nearly there. So what are they gonna do when you don't come home? And he looks at her. They're gonna they will come looking, I suppose, everywhere.
But
Maybe
will
they have spies watching us too, you know. You know how you have teams watching your teams. They probably followed us here, maybe even to the last location.
Do you have any tracking on you?
Do I have any tracking on me? I think you got me there, Doctor.
Yeah, I thought so.
It's in my boot.
I'll take the boot off.
Okay. And you find a tracking device in his boot.
This is cause for concern, Tatiana.
She takes it out of your hands if you let her.
If he really is as useful as he says useless as he says he is, and I'll look at him when I say that, then why would they go and look for him, really?
I don't know. They're probably going to cut him loose, I would say. If we let him go, he's a dead man.
Yeah, they probably haven't even noticed he's gone, to be fair.
No, they will have noticed that I'm gone. I'm the child of Bazik Hakim.
Who's that?
Well, it's my sire, of course. he's a member of the temple.
Is he a grunt? Is he a grunt like you?
No. He's very powerful. He
So
has.
is he someone that would have taken initiative and tried to listen to other things?
Lexi.
Perhaps.
Where's his haven?
I want to see you.
He lives near the temple, the
This
Egyptian
way?
temple.
Come this way.
There is an apartment.
What's the number?
Uh,
Can I then dominate him and make him tell me
you can
the
try.
address?
You can certainly try.
Okay.
I
Then I get a -3 again.
Bishop or
3.
3 successes.
Yeah.
He gives you an address, and it is near the Egyptian temple, within about a block of there.
Okay. I'll tell it. Well, let Tatiana write that down.
All right.
All
Just
right.
ask the details.
Lexi, come here. Tatiana, I need to borrow you for a minute.
Sure. Where are we going?
I give the
Bam, opens the
blowtorch
door.
to John. Don't let him out. Move, I mean, whatever. You know.
How was that? What did you guys talking about? Was Torture had?
Lexi,
Is he alive? Oh,
What's up?
is it
Yeah, he's
possible
alive.
to turn our tracker not only into a tracker but a listening device?
I suppose so. You just add a microphone to it. It would chew the battery a bit further, but it's doable.
How long will that take you?
Will that have a transmitter or an encoder in it?
Could Alexi figure out what
I have no idea. Alexi would probably know, though.
you could probably figure out where the tracker is signaling to, right?
did you guys just say
Like how
tracker?
far it goes. Yeah, the tracker in his boot.
I walk off and I go get a quiet room. I'm holding my mirror and I'm going to contact Uther again.
All right.
Yep, good idea.
Sage, we must stop meeting like this.
Was that a joke?
I don't make jokes.
That was cute anyway. Anyway, the guy that we had just brought over to us had a track on him at that point, so be careful.
I see. Yes. Very well. I shall tell Benjamin siege mode.
Okay. Wish I could be there. Actually, I'm gonna head there right now. I'll see you soon.
See you soon then. Good night.
All right, can we reverse it?
Me and Alan and I, sorry, are gonna go.
Okay, so the
Gonna
long
go
story
see.
short with the tracker is that you would have to install a separate bug into the boot, and you'd have to find a bug that you could install into the boot that would then have to record information which you would get off the boot at some point. You'd have to recover the boot to get the information from it, or one that is transmitting data very powerfully, using up loads of batteries across the city to whoever was receiving it, and it would get really shit reception depending on whether they were inside of a bunker or inside of a building or anything like that. It's not very practical. So only really a recording bug would be appropriate, and it may add a significant amount of weight to the boot too. So at this point in the year 2000, not extremely viable. You could do
Attach
it.
a car battery to him.
Right, you could do it, but it would be there's a fairly high chance that over a period of hours or days, somebody would notice it for sure. The weight difference is probably too much between the boots.
Okay, all right.
I say we kill him and go after his sire.
Also, a microphone in a boot isn't going to be very directional, and you're going to hear a lot of crunching and walking and shit, and not a lot of talking. You need a microphone up by people's mouths, or pointing at their mouths at least.
Let's look at my microphone tonight.
Right. I mean, listen to Garth's mic. If you take your mic away from there, it's like, blah 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 blah. This is clearly makes a difference.
You do realise they were doing this kind of shit in World War II. Just like
putting microphones on people's boots.
Yeah.
Microphones.
They were making maps and stuff.
I'm not arguing.
And everything else, and microphones, listening devices, ages ago.
Yeah, we did have listening devices, but you're talking about a non-stationary listening device that will fit in a boot.
Surely, because we do have in 2000, we do have optics, don't we?
We've also got a vampire that's shown no initiative to like listen in on anything. He's not the most reliable person to then show any interest in anything.
I mean, Barry, if you think about when the police try to bug someone and they send in someone with a wire on them, they've got a box that's this big and a wire that's strapped to their chest.
They don't do that anymore. They don't do that anymore, and they haven't done it for a while.
I'm not going to argue about it. It's a boot. I know for a fact that if you put a microphone at the distance of a boot underneath a person, it's either going to give you fucking shit sound or the battery's not going to last 5 minutes.
And we don't even know if that tracker could have even gone very far to begin with. Like he sounds like a fucking idiot.
All right.
Yeah. I think we go after his sire and do the same thing that we've done to him, to his sire. And then pray that his sire is not as fucking brain dead as this guy is.
Tatiana looks at you guys. So what are you going to do? You're going to raid his house? Because right now you don't have a leg to stand on.
Might as well.
Well, what's the Primogen going to say about that, Alexis? He's a vampire living in the city. He's seen the prince. He's got a mandate to live here. We need a reason to go raiding people's houses. Their havens. Now,
like, I'm pretty sure he's like into some domestic terrorism or something, you know, like radical. I don't know.
What? Because it sounds Arabic?
Hey, it flew for about 10 years.
He also said he staked me because I was Camarilla.
Well, there's that. Maybe he's a Sabbat. Maybe the Sabbat are recruiting the Ministry of Set now.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So what do they want?
I don't know. Like, I heard him say Sabbat. Is that enough? Like, what do you want from us?
I don't think he said Sabbat. I think it was more his disdain for Camarilla. I mean, I could force his true colors about the Camarilla if we want, and then we could use that to then enforce a raid because he's against the Camarilla. We don't really want that.
That could work if you could do that. We could tape it and show that tape to the Primogen and then destroy the tape, of course, because, you know, evidence and all of that sort of thing.
Okay, I can try.
All right.
I don't know, I can record him.
You record it, you do the thing?
All right. Yeah, I'll use the willpower as well.
Okay. So
I'll just ask him to tell us how he feels about the Camarilla. Everything.
Okay, so you walk into the room. Okay, and Alexi, are you filming this with something?
Yep.
Does he know? Fuck. 5, 6, 7. Does he know he's being recorded?
John's highest role.
Oh, you're obfuscated, or you could be obfuscated. That could work.
Yeah, I'm obfuscated.
Okay, and the dominate 5 successes. He goes, "You want me to talk about the Camarilla? My perspective? Well, they're useful. The Camarilla are very useful. They're everywhere. There are so many vampires among the Camarilla, and they make life very easy for vampires to move about from city to city, place to place, to feed. The rules and laws are so, well, fair and reasonable, don't you think? I feel that the Camarilla they perhaps are not truly aware of the circumstances that are about to befall them, and they should get ready for the Sabbat, because the Sabbat are planning big things. Big things, I know this. That's what the lady tells me.
You think that would be like, I don't ask this in terms of like all Camarilla bad guys, Sabbat good guys, or vice versa. Do you think that this is the necessary thing for vampire society? Do you think this is how it should progress and it's ultimately going to progress this way?
The Camarilla?
No, the Sabbat
The Sabbat.
taking.
Oh,
Yeah, so
well, you see-
Camarilla has made things easy. Like, I'm not talking about this as a black and white good guy, bad guy.
Of course.
It's a natural progression.
Why don't you unchain me and I'll tell you more?
Sure.
Okay. You do?
Yeah, I unchain him.
Okay. So he obfuscates. Tatiana starts panicking. Alarms
door.
go off. There's a massive lockdown. Is called. There's SWAT teams in the hallways.
We're in a torture room, aren't we? The door's locked.
You are. That's true. But there's now a SWAT team outside the doorway, and they just appear there where you are, Sage, and everybody.
Perfect.
Oh no,
music,
I
Jesus
left.
Christ.
I left, but yeah.
Like, this guy can't get out this room.
Some music going on in the background.
He can't get out of this room.
Philippe can see auras too.
Philippe can see auras. Philippe, do you want to make a perception aura perception check, please? Perception and empathy,
Perception.
please.
I can probably do the same thing.
Yeah.
Is it perception, empathy?
Yep.
3 successes.
Philippe, you can see him
2 successes.
over by the door, trying to figure a way out past the lock.
Tell me
2
where
successes,
he is.
you get the same thing.
Philippe will
Hey,
shoot him.
mate, just sit back down. Sit back down. You're
He
too
turns-
stupid for this, man.
He turns
You're
around
too
and looks
stupid
at
for
you.
this.
He's like, "Fuck, you got me again."
Yeah, just sit back down. Sit down.
He walks kind of away from you and around you in a circle, keeping his distance, and he's looking for a way out. at all times.
Uncloak. Just do it.
Picks up the gas.
Philippe's gonna shoot him in the leg. Philippe's shooting him. Oh
Isn't Philippe outside the room though?
no, he's inside the
music.
room.
Yeah, it's too perfect.
All right.
He
Roll to
went
hit
in with
Philippe.
everybody else.
Philippe,
Yeah.
Dex and firearms.
Going
Go
back
on.
to the
No,
old.
because Philippe, everybody was outside the
20.
room talking in the hallway because they went out of earshot from the dude.
Go with that group.
Okay,
Go
I'm-
with that group.
Right, John,
Okay,
where is
where
he?
you
I'll
shoot?
Okay,
put
so
him
Philippe's in the
down
room.
for a bit.
Okay, so Dex and firearms for Philippe, please.
Okay. Five.
This is all on film too, right?
Ah,
This is all on film. Yeah, that's
It's
right.
all on film.
Philippe, you
5.
you shoot him in the head. What kind of ammunition are you using?
Normal bullets. I only want to get him down. I don't want to kill him.
All right, you put him into torpor,
Okay.
and he's down using normal ammunition. So yeah, he's very fucked up, but he's in torpor. He's bleeding out on the floor right now, in front of you guys all. And it is 11 minutes past 10.
but
So
yeah,
we might
Sage
wrap
is
up.
going to Uther's.
Sage is on her way to Uther's.
Yeah, that's what she's doing.
All right. Some Setite vampire on the floor at Tatiana's torture chamber. Sam and Alexis, Alexis and Dr. Shipman.
I'll be like, Tatiana, is that enough?
She goes, yeah, I think you got some information there. Good work.
Can we raid that guy's house now?
We have to run this past a Primogen first.
Yeah.
All right. And let's wrap up.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
May we please have our videos from last week?
Yeah, sorry, I've had a lot of shit going on.
I figured that.
Okay. No
Also-
worries. Yep.
Also read what I wrote in. God, that's loud. Also read what I wrote in B5 Learning, because there's a really cool scene. I think you could take some like
Inspiration from.
inspiration from the Red Salon.
Oh, cool.
Red
Okay.
Salon. Look that up. It's awesome.
Excellent. I will do that. Thank you. All right, guys.
Sweet.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.